please sign into YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. If you are listening to this podcast on iTunes, please rate and review us. Now enjoy CineTalk with the one and only Cinebros.
What's up, Cinemaniacs? We're back with, this time we're going to be doing CineTalk, but it's going to be the San Diego Comic-Con recap show.
San Diego,
a whale's vagina. So we're going to be doing a special episode. We're skipping movies that hurt so good this week, and we are going into all that was brought up. Well, not all of it, but most of it that was brought up at San Diego Comic-Con, because there was so much stuff for us to see.
a lot.
What I will do is I will introduce the panel here today. We have my co-host with the most, Sir Chadwick Davis. Yes.
Reporting for duty.
How you doing?
I'm here.
Doing anything fun last weekend?
Last weekend?
Yeah, like, you know, a couple days ago.
God, what did I do? Dude, I can't remember what I did yesterday. What did I do over the weekend? I don't know. Pass. I worked all weekend.
Chad had a great weekend.
I worked all weekend. It wasn't that exciting.
What about you, Brian? This is Brian Christina once again.
Hi.
He's back.
Hello.
He told me last night. He's like, I can come. I can do the show.
do it.
We were like, yes, we
Yes, I got permission from my wife. So.
Excellent. Yeah.
I had a fun weekend. I went to a high school reunion.
Nice.
Really?
Which was cool.
20th year?
20.
Yeah. Mine's next year.
It was fun because I went to two high schools and I basically split time between the two of them.
Yeah.
So this was the one I went to for my freshman and sophomore year. So I actually hadn't seen this group in 22 years.
Ooh.
And it was fun. We had a good time. We had a really good time.
Open bar?
It was an open bar.
Drinks.
Beer only, which was fine for me because that's all I drink, alcoholically speaking.
You don't like scotch?
No,
Scotch,
I do like
scotch.
banana hazelnut.
Did they have
though.
banana
Yes.
hazelnut?
Yeah, Beach Coffee coming through. If you ever come to Clinton, Connecticut, make sure you stop at Beach Donuts because they have a great coffee and they have great donuts.
Maple
and they aren't
frosted.
even sponsoring us to say that. We
No,
get that
not yet.
almost every day before the show.
Yeah.
We get our Beach Donut on, and now we will be getting Beach Coffee as well.
I devoured that maple frosted donut in 48.9 seconds.
I timed it.
I think it was less than that.
It might have been.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
I
I think you actually shed a tear on your third bite.
did.
He did when he opened up the box. Like, he opened up the box.
Because
and
I
saw it.
realized on the third bite that I was more than halfway done. That's why I cried. I was upset that I was going away.
Why didn't I get two?
Yeah.
Watching him walk into the donut shop was like watching a little kid like walking a toy.
Walking to Disney
like,
World or
It's like,
something.
take me to the donut shop.
He's just like walking in. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
Man, they got monkey bread.
Yeah, monkey ball.
Look at that Cinnabon.
I felt like Bill Hader. With the... Stefan. when I saw the monkey bread. Oh, man.
Oh, that's great. So I'm glad you had a good weekend.
How about you?
I
What did you do?
I was working on some patio stuff. Bought a new basketball hoop.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna run some game.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah,
Man, I gotta get back to the
I'll be putting it
basketball
together.
shit,
I'll be putting it back together. I'll put it back together probably tomorrow.
We're gonna get some
Nice.
2-on-2.
Sure, we can do 1-on-3. I'll take
I'll
you
take
both
Cam.
on.
I'll take Cam. I'll beat you guys. No, you know what we do? We play a game of 21.
He did say he should play Bird in a movie.
Yeah.
So-
I would play Bird in a movie if they did a Bird movie.
You've got that great white man.
No, I'm
jumper?
talking like Angry Birds.
Not Larry. Not Lawrence.
No.
I'm the big black bomb that they send over.
I'm trying to picture Chad with the Larry Bird, the big
No.
wind up. and-
Reggie
No.
Miller.
Reginald?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Oh, you're
Wait.
quick.
I'm not
release
quick,
with
but
the crossover.
Yeah.
The weird snap.
I don't have the weird
I
stab.
don't know how
but,
anybody can do that.
I just shoot from the outside and that's it. Like I played basketball and they don't dribble the ball, don't do anything but shoot.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're just like a spot shooter.
I run screens and
Surprised he
But-
knows what that is.
I played basketball all my fucking life.
All right, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, sometimes
I'm actually pretty good at basketball.
occasionally it's hard for me to take you seriously, like after the whole Raiders of the Lost Ark thing from a couple weeks ago.
I did play sports growing up,
Okay.
He was a woodsman and plays sports.
but mostly basketball. Yes,
We fashioned our own hoop.
I played
out of
baseball, but I
wood.
was bad. It was just like chat hour right now?
Yeah,
Oh,
digging
alright.
deep. We're getting in there.
All right, so it started.
gonna touch your feels.
I was 2 years old.
Touching the feels.
Deep in there. Too early for that? You may want to get this train back on the tracks.
You know what?
quickly.
We'll get off of what happened this weekend, and we will start talking about San Diego Comic-Con.
SD.
And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about
New news.
the new news over at San Diego Comic-Con. First thing is up. We're going to start you off light because we're going to talk about something that isn't anything huge, but it was kind of just good to see a little glimpse of it, and that is
That's what she said.
I could have thought of all kinds of things right there, but I was
Yeah.
trying to hold back.
It wasn't huge.
And
but
my
just
buddy
a little
Brian
glimpse
over here.
sufficed.
it's my fault for bringing up Penatron and putting our mind in the
No,
wrong
we
way.
said we weren't going to mention that.
Actually, can you guys slide over a little bit, just a touch, like,
Just
like another like
scooch?
inch or two?
A
Yeah,
smidgen?
just so we can
Scooch?
get Brian completely in the picture.
Ooh, that's
Is he
nice.
in it?
Yeah. And then you want to move the mic over just a touch as
No,
well.
like-
That'd be great. I really apprate it. You guys
That's-
are awesome.
Am I good?
Yes, you're good.
Okay.
All right. So what we're going to talk about now is we're going to talk about. What'd you say?
Moving during the
Amateurs.
show. Shouldn't that have been set up before the show?
This will be edited out.
I did say before we started recording, can you guys move over a little
He'll
bit? You guys
edit
are too
it.
busy giggling and laughing.
He's not going to edit it. He's
So
going to do the fast forward thing like Penatron.
hey, if we get to 100, if we get 100 subscribers, as soon as we hit 100, I am going to drop that deleted scene. And it is like 25 minutes long of penile tronic.
Penile dysfunction. Yeah.
It is some
Bad.
serious dysfunction,
Yeah.
and it just goes on.
Probably not our
and
finest
on and
half
on,
hour.
like Penatron.
No, it was probably our finest.
It was. I'm not gonna lie. It was glorious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it.
Fantastical.
I had a fun time
Fantastical.
with that.
All right, so
All right.
on to
So
the,
first
the
up
new
is
news here.
Gambit. The Gambit logo was dropped by Fox Studios this weekend, and of course it leaked and it got on there. So you got a screenshot, or somebody took a picture of it and posted it on the interwebs, and it was the Gambit logo. First thing that we have seen from this movie. What did it do for you, Brian?
As I was telling Chad earlier, nothing. It was just
took
a
my
logo.
answer.
I'm happy the movie's coming out. I don't really care
Are
about
you?
the logo.
You're happy about the movie?
I am. I don't love the casting, but I'm excited for the movie though.
Okay.
It's a cool character.
What about you? The same thing. You just didn't really the logo didn't do much for you.
Nah, yeah, it was just a logo. I mean, but we're starting off light here, so
Right. We're gonna work our way.
Yeah.
up.
See,
We're gonna work our way up to
the
excitement.
logo for me was like, it was one of those things that I was like, oh yeah, it's a logo. I mean, it's kind of basic. It's blocky, you know. It's Gambit, great. You know, the thing that really concerns me with that movie is just Channing Tatum as Gambit, and that is the biggest concern for me because he is a good comedic actor, as we've seen in like the 21, 22 Jump Streets, and it's sad for me to say, but he's like the third best actor in the Magic Mike movies. And he, even though he's the star, and even like, you know, the G.I. Joe movies, which he did, and he actually came out and said that he was like one of the biggest mistakes that he really regrets doing.
Can I weigh in on that?
Sure, go ahead.
Because Duke and Cobra Commander in G.I. Joe lore are my favorite characters, and Channing Tatum damn near killed that for me.
And-
Almost ruined my childhood.
And they actually
single-handedly
killed him off in the
with his
second one.
portrayal of Duke. Thank God.
I was actually disappointed that they killed him off because Duke should not die. He is the main man. But I was glad they killed his character off because he was really dull as Duke.
Yeah,
and
he sucked.
you can tell he just wasn't into the
It
role.
was terrible.
And
You know who I wanted to play him? Thomas Jane.
really?
Yeah. He actually kind of looks like the cartoon version, you know?
Yeah.
Tall, blonde, chiseled kind of, you know?
Yeah.
Duke was great,
Yeah.
and Channing Tatum completely fucked him.
I know. It's sad.
So there's that.
Yeah, it's really sad. So anyway, we're
So is Gambit like a real serious like superhero?
no. He is like kind of like he's kind of like a ladies' man. He likes to, I want to say, like almost try and seduce women all the time. He's very suave. He's got this kind of thick drawl. And
So you just don't think he can?
I don't think he can do that.
portray that?
I don't think he can do that thick like Cajun drawl. Like he has a really thick accent. And I don't see him being able to do that.
Nah.
And then on top of that, I don't. He's so like Gambit is a very flamboyant character. He's very like I said, he's just very suave. He has Cajun
panache.
Accent. He has panache. A very nice word. Very nice word. Thank you.
Very
for helping me out
nice.
there.
Thank you.
I like that.
And on top
Is that
of
the word
that,
of the day?
he has
Maybe.
he has an amazing.
I think so.
Amazing ability. What he can do is he can change like cards or anything, and he can put this like kind of kinetic energy into it, and it explodes. Like so, he can throw it. He always has a deck of cards with him. He's always playing cards, and he has he does all these card tricks, and he can fling cards and then blow up and all that kind of stuff. So he has a really cool power, and plus he's just a really cool character. He's probably one of the favorites like that hadn't really gotten a movie. People are really excited for a Gambit movie, but then people went crazy when they found out Channing Tatum was.
Yeah, is this just another like Ben Affleck like people going crazy that he's Batman,
don't
but
think
he
so.
actually looks pretty good right now?
I mean, I don't think that. To me, Channing Tatum has gotten better as an actor.
Yeah,
but
I
that's
think
still.
I think he's really good.
How can you? I don't understand how you can. What
you-
roles have you been? That I haven't seen that movie.
Foxcatcher was awesome.
Right.
He was phenomenal. in it.
He played a meathead. Yeah. And
Yeah, and he was just like a dead serious role,
Right.
and he did really well in that. I mean, you seen him on I seen him on he was on Jimmy Fallon a couple weeks ago.
he has a great personality off big screen.
Yeah.
But he was just like winging it on stage with Jimmy Fallon. He was hanging right there with him. I mean, it was like a whole it was actually kind of funny because they had. Did you see it? Oh, they had like kids send.
Oh no, I did see that.
Send
I did
in
see
what
that,
they thought Magic Mike was, and then they reenacted
Yes,
it on
I
the
did see
stage.
Regular Mike,
I
except
did see
magic.
that. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I did see that.
So that was pretty funny. But I don't know. I think he's grown as an actor. Like.
He's definitely grown as an actor because he
Give him a
was
shot.
not an actor. He
him
was
a
just
shot.
a pretty face back in the day. And
just give him a
I just
shot.
don't think he's. And then to take on an accent too, I'm really nervous
Maybe
about
asking
the casting.
a lot
but,
of Channing.
I'm really nervous about that.
Well, I hope he proves you guys right.
I do too. I really hope. I hope the movie's good.
Yeah.
I
I
love
love
Gambit.
being proven wrong. It happens so frequently. So
Just ask my wife. All right, now to kind of keep it in the slow kind of.
we're building.
Yeah, we're building up. Something that I thought was really cool, and I wanted to bring it up because Chad is a huge fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I am a huge fan of Batman. I'm sure Brian is a big fan of Batman, but he loves Superman.
I do.
Yes, he is a big.
But I do
Superman
like
lover.
Batman.
Yes. And in comic book news, and this is hopefully, this would be awesome if they ever brought this to the big screen. Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are going to have a 6-issue crossover. What do you guys think about this crossover? I'm going to start off with Chad because he likes Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I think it's cool. I mean, it's two totally different worlds colliding.
Kind of. I mean, but they're both kind of darker tone if you
Yeah.
follow the
Yeah,
I mean,
they're definitely darker, but
they run through the night.
it's gonna be interesting to see like who they bring in like on each. I mean, the Ninja Turtles had like a whole bunch of like extra characters. Are they gonna bring them in like Casey Jones and Bebop and Rocksteady, or is it just gonna be the 4 Ninja Turtles and Splinter? And
I want to know what the evil villain that they're going to be going after.
Yeah,
I mean, because
mean-
there's got to be some kind of mega character to
there's
kind
gonna
of
be
go after.
the Joker and like
Lex Luthor's teaming up with Shredder.
With
Shredder, yeah.
With Krang. Yeah, I don't know.
It's gonna be like, oh, I didn't see that coming.
Perfect role for Channing Tatum.
Yeah, oh, Jesus Christ. So what did you think about this, Ryan?
I like it as a comic book.
Yeah.
I disagree with you as a movie. I would not want to see that translation.
Really?
But the comic book, I think it's cool.
I would say I would like to see it if it was more in the tone of the Dark Knight movies than it is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies right now are very over the top and goofy, and I would like to see it kind of being more in a darker tone, like kind of like the original comics that were very dark and they were kind of more, just more gory and like just
And live action.
scary. And
It's hard to put those two together, though. I mean,
well, we will
I don't
see
even see,
because
like,
they're
a
coming out with
world-
6 issues.
I don't even see a world where you could like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles can be serious or be taken seriously.
Is he gonna be eating pizza with him?
Well, Leonardo is very
Are they gonna be
serious.
ordering pizza together?
Right. Are they going to be like after a big fight, they're just going to be sitting on a curb in New York, having a few slices?
Cowabunga, dude!
Delicious.
Yeah. I mean,
How is he? How would he say cowabunga, dude?
Cowabunga, dude.
man.
A movie might be comical.
Yes, I think you could play off some of that humor.
I think you could get a cartoon
I would
maybe
love it.
out of it.
I would love it.
I think you might be able to get a cartoon series.
I agree. It could easily be an
I would
animated.
love to see it because I just love both of those. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I like Batman. I would love to see it on the big screen.
I love Teenage Mutant Turtles. So.
Animated would be great too. Imagine if they did like one of those
Animated
what WB does and or the DC Comics does, that they have the animated films that they do with like the Batman and all that kind of stuff. That would be cool.
I think it works as a comic. I think it works as an animated. Don't make it live action.
Yeah.
So what do you feel about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies?
The current ones. Like you said, over the top. They're okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chad is
already
very
know about
Chad is very disappointed.
I loved the original first one that came out.
I
likes the
love
second
the
one
Secret
better.
of the Ooze.
The Secret of the Ooze.
I love the Secret of the Ooze. I actually didn't mind the third one, the Back in Time. And then the new one came
Such
out.
a dirty title in hindsight.
And then that new one came out. And
where's Olivia Munn when we need her?
That's Penetron. Secret of the Ooze.
Anyway, crossover issues here.
Train derailed.
Now that would be great. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Penetron.
And Penetron would be a live action movie. Would be great.
A live action. All right, we're going to move on. And then we're going to go on to Conan at Comic-Con. We got to, I mean, obviously that is very TV, but he had all these movie stars on.
Yeah.
And it was very just San Diego Comic-Con oriented, like completely. Did you see any of the footage? We just watched a little bit, actually. And did you like any of the footage? I mean, I think everybody that enjoys Conan. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, he's probably one of the best kind of late night guys. And then you also have him just talking about everything nerd, you know, nerd-esque. What kind of stood out to you with Conan, if you saw any of the clips?
I showed you guys the clip that I liked, the where they were asking him questions. Who the hell was the other guy? I'm horrible right now. I'm on no sleep right now, by you guys. You guys help me here.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
The one that I showed you earlier.
There was a million of them.
You want me to step in while he's looking?
Yeah, please.
Go ahead, Brian. Why don't you go,
That's
Brian?
why I kind of looked at him first, and I was like,
I was staring right at you.
We're starting to learn about each other's cues, so when he looks at me, he's like, help me now. Get me out of this.
He was looking at me, but I was looking at you, so I didn't notice that he was looking at me.
I'm deflecting.
And I saw that he was looking at you, so I thought it was your cue to go first. I'll step in for you.
I'm deflecting.
I'll happily step in.
All right.
So Conan is my favorite of the late night talk show hosts.
He is.
Always has been. He's just so great. His sense of humor just gets me every time. And
Total
he kind of
goofball.
owned Comic-Con based on a lot of these clips. He was...
Well, he was there.
Well, that's what I mean. But and that stage setup that they had was
amazing. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And we just got to see that 360 thing.
That
you were just showing.
360
that was so cool.
That was really wild.
If you guys haven't seen that, definitely check that out.
Just follow it all through the whole. You want to look at the crowd, everything. That was
great.
crazy.
When I first came here, I told you I really enjoyed the Fassbender McAvoy clip with the Coldplay song and the Mick Bender name.
Yeah, that was so
which
funny.
Was so tremendous.
So good.
And those guys, you can see they clearly do enjoy each other.
Yes.
on a slightly higher level than you might expect, but it was fun. Conan was awesome. He did sort of own Comic-Con a little
he
bit.
definitely owned it. Definitely owned it.
So, I mean, what did you like? What were the clips that you liked?
I was talking earlier. I was trying to think of the guy's name, and it was Chris Hardwick, who was I can't believe I forgot it because he's one of my favorites. I listen to his podcast.
He's
all
on
the
your
time,
hall pass.
No, he's not. But he's like
he mentions Chris Hardwick to me probably like 5 times a week. Like, yo, did you see Chris Hardwick do this?
Yeah,
did you see Chris
he
Hardwick do
releases
that?
like 3 podcasts a week, and on top of that, he's on at midnight.
At midnight's funny.
Yeah, he's around all the time, so he's always doing something. But this was funny because Chris Hardwick was testing Conan's ability or his knowledge about
his nerdage knowledge.
Yeah, because Chris Hardwick is the so-called king of nerds.
Right.
So And the first couple of questions were funny. Were actually straight laced, like actual answers, and then he just got off the wall.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious.
I thought the funniest one was, the Bruce Jenner one, or the
oh my god,
the Caitlyn Jenner
X-Men.
What group would she be part of, or whatever? The X-Men.
Oh yeah, that I lost it on that. That was so funny.
I didn't show you guys, but the way that he came into Comic-Con was pretty cool too. He came out like Mad Max, the guitarist.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
And he came out.
I saw a still photo.
Yeah, he came out like playing the guitar and everything.
The red pajama suit on.
Yeah, but like you said, he
was the guitar flaming?
I don't think so. No,
that'd be great if it
was a fire hazard.
Probably, yeah. Probably
his hair would have just flipped into it.
Yes, his glorious hair.
But like what Brian said, he owned Comic-Con, and he is a nerd. I mean, if you watch his show, he definitely is a nerd, and he knows his stuff, and it's not like he's playing it like he kind of knows it, or he's getting fed all the answers and stuff. He literally knows all this stuff, and it's pretty funny, and it's great at the same time. So
well, it was really good. I actually was watching one of them. They had Jennifer Lawrence on, as we referred to her last show as J-Law, and Brian just kind of scoffed at that.
It factor.
I can't believe I just said that.
The no it factor.
And he was saying the no it factor, and I kind of see what you're saying with it, but when she came on and she had that clip where he had her like do a swear jar kind of thing.
Yes,
and
that was funny.
That was pretty funny, and she's just kind of like saying all these different things. I think she might have said like cock monster once or something like that. Like, and he's just flipping dollars into that bin. That was pretty cool. And all of those clips that we saw, like that Coldplay with Michael Fassbender, and James McAvoy, we both have kind of a man crush on James McAvoy. I love him.
Oh, I love him
because I think he's a phenomenal actor.
He is.
And on top of that, he's one of my favorite X-Men characters, Professor X.
That accent of his.
Oh, it's deep, it's heavy, and it's nice. It's lovely.
It is delightful. It really is.
So yeah, I mean, that they did the Coldplay video where it was basically them in the First Class movie.
Yeah,
and it's just somebody did a fan kind of flip on it.
What's the song? Fix You.
I can't remember what the Coldplay song is, but it's it's a very kind of whiny song.
Yeah, typical Coldplay.
But it was very well done, well edited.
Perfectly. It was so perfect.
When you try your best but you don't succeed.
There's so great. Going to save him.
Yeah, he's saving in the water.
that might have been the best part.
Everything was so good. It was just so good. So yeah, the Conan at Comic-Con, we all think that that was great. I hope he does it again next year. Yeah. That would be great.
You can literally go on YouTube and spend hours watching all the clips.
Watching all these clips.
Yeah. I mean, he has one with R2-D2, and it's R2-D2 versus R5-D4. I don't even know.
Oh, geez, really?
And it's just them arguing back and forth, and it's funny.
So the other one was Avengers.
It was
Assemble IKEA furniture. That's great.
Oh, we watched the Olivia Munn one?
Yeah, the Olivia Munn one. Oh,
and then
kept on talking about how she had to get lubed up. And then she quickly ran by. She was like, "Yeah, 2 women had to come in and lube me up." And then like Conan just keeps pretending like he's blacking out. He's like, "Oh," and then she's like, "Oh wait, I'm sorry." And she's like, 2 women lubed me up. And I was like, "Oh my god, so funny!" Oh my lord. Yeah, to get in that Psylocke uniform or to get up and.
The crotch explosion or whatever?
Yes.
And crotch pop.
Crotch pop. And then Andy Richter comes out. Like, that could be a superpower.
Yeah.
The crotch pop.
The crotch pop. It's true.
Crotch pop.
Rewind it a little bit, because this was my favorite thing about the Chris Hardwick one, was the question about Aquaman.
Oh,
and that was the one, because he asked...
Poor Aquaman.
He asked Conan... what is
you're making his trident sink.
What is Aquaman's superpowers? He goes, can you rephrase that? He goes, okay, what is Aquaman's powers? Yeah. Can you rephrase that? All right, what does Aquaman do? He talks to fish.
So sad. Poor Aquaman. I love Aquaman. I hope Jason Momoa kicks your butt. Momoa. I hope he kicks your butt.
Jason Momoa.
That makes me sad. I love Aquaman. He's so underrated.
There's a reason why.
He is amazing. Have you watched the Aquaman?
Fast swimmer.
Have you read the Aquaman 52 series?
No.
Check it out, dude.
Don't be ridiculous.
It's amazing. It is amazing.
Read? Did you really expect me to come on and say, yeah, man?
Dude, it's one of the most popular ones out, man. That 52 series, it's so great. I'm telling you.
The 52 series.
You will have more respect for Aquaman if you read it.
That makes Penetron go from 6 to 12.
Yeah.
I am going to post a picture right now.
6 to 12.
I'm going to post a picture right now about Aquaman.
6 to 12.
Is that your first time hearing that reference?
Yeah.
6 to 12? Oh, it's been around for a while.
Well, that was the first time it referenced towards him.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he was that big. I mean, 6.
So the next one
Starting right off.
What studio?
Let's hurry this along.
All right, so we have we're gonna
Move it.
we're gonna move this on. We're gonna wrap that up. Put a condom on your penis.
Anchorman 3.
Yeah. X-Men 4 Horsemen released. This is like official release throughout Comic-Con. You have Storm, Psylocke, Angel, and Magneto. And I actually had a good comment from one of the people on our Facebook page. And his name is Anthony M. I think his last name is Virgilio. He commented on our page, and he said that this is his prediction of who is going to fall in which spot. And he thinks that Angel is going to be Death for sure. I totally agree with that. Magneto is probably War. Storm is most likely Famine, and Psylocke is likely going to be Pestilence. He said the only switch that he would probably do would be Storm and Psylocke. But I don't see even how you could switch those. Storm as Famine. I mean, Famine is, having a mass flood is a famine. So, like, that is part of it. So I don't understand. I feel like that is going to be it. What did you think about these when you heard the news, Brian?
Just it just seems hard to envision Storm as a bad guy.
But she was like a pickpocket. She was kind of an evil person. But I'm not like
that's like a bad.
It's a thief. I mean, that's
Not
kind of
evil.
what Gambit is.
I wouldn't call that evil.
I mean,
It's
it all depends on
that's
what
a-
you steal.
I'm not saying it's a hard sell. It's just it just seems strange to me.
It is-
that
it
she
is
would
weird,
be
but-
in that group.
But she is really powerful. And if
Yes.
you got to think, if you're Apocalypse, you want some of the most powerful. I mean, if he has Storm and Magneto.
Want a hot chick who can cause crazy, violent weather
Oh
conditions?
my lord, dude! I mean,
Cool.
those two.
I mean, I'd pick her on my team too, but for entirely different
Well,
reasons
apparently,
than Apocalypse is.
Psylocke is definitely on most people's lists after hearing the two women that blew her up to get in.
KY Psylocke. she did say it was KY Jelly.
Yes, she did. Yes,
She made that very clear.
And Andy Richter said, "Did you use margarine?
Yeah,
or
margarine or butter?
Crisco.
And then he's like, "When you're in a pinch,
When you're in a pinch, you got to use whatever's available.
I love that Andy went right to food.
Yeah.
He went right to, was it butter? Ooh.
he didn't even care about."
He was not thinking about her
Yeah.
being lubed. He was thinking about pancakes and
grilled cheese.
Belgian waffles, things of that nature, with butter. Anything with butter.
So I mean, you're as the kind of the lesser X-Men fan. You've only seen like one of the movies.
I've kept the secret from you. I actually started watching the X-Men movies.
Did you?
Yeah. I just got done watching the first one. I've seen it before, but I rewatched it, and now I'm going through all of them. I actually ordered like a bundle.
Oh, you did.
I ordered like the bundle.
I'm anxious to see what like a non-X-Men fan thinks of The Last Stand. Because, that is a big, like, a lot of the major X-Men fans, like the real fans of these, like, hated that movie. And I'm anxious to see what you think about it. So when you get there, you'll have to text me. And let
once
me
I
know.
get there, yeah. Once I get
So
there.
you just finished one?
I'm going to do a marathon. Yes, I just finished it yesterday.
Okay.
I get my times mixed up because of work. But, it was yesterday. And I'm going to do the marathon tomorrow.
All right. So what
Wednesday.
So what did you think of it? What did you think of X-Men?
I liked it. I remember liking it when I watched it in the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I watched it in the movie theater, so it just kind of refreshed my memory a little bit. So
cool. So what do you think about these characters as of having Storm, Psylocke?
I think Anthony got it on the dot. I mean, with what he said. I mean, if you're looking at it, it kind of makes sense.
It does.
So
I think the only ones that you could really switch would be Angel and Magneto, but even that doesn't make a lot of sense. Because Yeah, and when Angel is in it, normally when he was part of the Four Horsemen, he was Archangel. He wasn't Angel. He was actually turned into Archangel, and that is a kind of more powerful version of himself. And I'm surprised to see Magneto in this group, though. I was really shocked to see that, because Magneto has never been like an evil. I mean, he is an evil kill, and he's a character. He is a villain in my mind. My brother's mind thinks totally different. He has a different way of thinking about his race, and how they are like the next level.
It seems more conflicted than evil.
Yeah,
you know?
like
kind of bounces back between.
You just have the ideals, like James McAvoy says we should, kind of like blend in, not blend in, but like we should be able to walk among the humans,
right.
And whereas Magneto thinks no, like we are the dominant species, right. We should be the elite, and we don't need to answer to these humans. We don't need it because we are a better version. Like this is how like the world works. We can
dominate them. So.
Yeah, this is how the world works. Like we are on the top of the food chain now. Like so, therefore, we are the dominant species, and they have just different ways of approaching it. But this like really kind of takes him to the evil side if he's going on it with Apocalypse, because Apocalypse is pure evil. I mean, he is an evil villain. He just wants to see who is the best of the best, and he wants everybody else to just perish. Mm-hmm. Like that's all he wants. He wants the best of the best to survive, and then he wants everybody else to perish. That's it. That's what he wants. He wants to go to every planet, take the best, and see you later. And Magneto would be one of those characters. Like I think that Magneto is, if not before Apocalypse has joined, if Magneto isn't the most powerful, he is in the top 3. But I don't see. You couldn't tell me if there's another mutant that's more powerful than him.
You could probably see how Apocalypse, if you were persuasive enough, could tap into that conflicted part of Magneto and easily pull him right in.
I don't know about easily. I think I'm hoping that we get
not easily.
I'm hoping that we get a conflicted Magneto as time goes on, because if you see like we saw, we're going to talk about the trailer a little bit later. You see like a little trailer where James McAvoy's character kind of gets yanked. I don't know if you're going to see maybe a flip at some point in time, and Magneto's going to be like, "Nope, I'm not a part of this Four Horsemen."
He's going to go Darth Vader on the Emperor. And
I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping something along that line, because in the comics, I mean, there is times where Magneto goes up against Apocalypse and actually, I think, defeats him. And you also have another time later on, I can't remember what the character's name is off the top of my mind. It's going to drive me crazy. But you have Magneto and Professor X actually join together, and they create this super. It's like one of the most powerful mutants of all time. They merge to each other, and they create this. But that, I don't think you could actually do that in these movies, because I just don't feel like. I feel like that's just too much, like going to another level of comics. But so I don't know. This whole Four Horsemen thing is. I knew it was coming. I like the people that they have for it, but I'm a little nervous that they have Magneto in there, and I want to see how it plays out. To kind of play off like all this news that we got from Comic-Con. We're gonna go on to the next topic, and we're gonna pick kind of what movie that we might want to see. And that is, what movie do you want to see that's like animated or comic book version bring to the big screen? I'll start off with Chad. What do you want to see? What do you want to see come from the comics or the animated series or whatever it has and just brought to the big screen?
When I saw this question, the first thing that popped in my head was Voltron.
Voltron would be cool.
I was a big Voltron fan growing up.
I had that big toy, and yeah, that was great.
I just remember
with the lead
watching
paint. Now you know why I am the way I am.
I had Voltron. Yeah. I love Voltron.
I was thinking Voltron, and I know it's kind of Transformer, but I was thinking Mask too.
Damn it! That was mine.
Oh,
Mask?
Yes, that was mine. I was so excited to talk about it. I thought nobody's gonna bring Mask up. Mobile Armored Strike Command.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would go with Voltron.
I don't even know if I've ever heard of that.
No, it was like a Transformer. It's similar to Transformers. It's Mask.
Mobile Armored Strike Command.
Wow.
Oh, Mask was great.
Big
I
rig.
had
85,
so many of those.
88. How did I miss that?
I had so many toys. I had some of the comic books. I had the Thunderhawk toy. Was
I had
best.
a puzzle that I put together like every single day.
Wow.
like-
You just took it apart and put it back together?
Yes, every single day I would put it.
It
take
was
it
all
apart.
of 12 pieces.
It was a 12-piecer.
No, it was 24.
Mobile Armored Strike Command, man. Mask was the...
You have to check that out, man. That
Oh.
was
They
great.
probably have them on YouTube, right?
I,
They probably have
I
some
would
of the
say,
videos.
yeah.
I think about a year ago, I don't know, I was probably one of those days where I was bored and nostalgic, and I went on eBay just to look to see like how much a Thunderhawk toy was, and it was like
Ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
I
was
went on. I was
like, this
looking
isn't
at.
happening.
Oh, I was looking at little GI Joe figures because we all used to have those little GI Joe figures.
Used to.
Do you still have some?
So what happened was when we moved many years ago. Sorry, Ron. I had all kinds of GI Joe stuff, and I sold it at a tag sale, and I never forgave myself. And then a few years ago, when they re-released everything in the 25th anniversary, and
Yeah.
they put it like all back in the original boxes and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I bought all of them.
Really?
All of them. And they are now in plastic bins in my basement, and they are in mint condition.
That's
and they
awesome.
will not be touched.
See, I went
ever,
on. I
or
went on.
sold unless I'm homeless and need some money to pay for an upgraded cardboard box. Because those,
I'm only selling one.
I seriously, for years, I regretted that for years. And then when those came out, I told my wife, like, just so you know, I'm getting all of these. They're
Yeah.
going to take up some room in our
See,
house.
I have
so.
very fond memories of like GI Joe, playing with GI Joes. Like I have extremely fond memories of those. Doing like Transformers.
G.I. Joe and Transformers were my two.
This is what we did. I had the Transformers, and I had a lot of the cool characters, and I also had. A crap load of GI Joes, but one of my buddies had even more GI Joes and had like the play sets and like
everything.
and everything, and it was amazing. And we also used to have a shitload of Legos. So what we would do is we would build these huge Lego forts for these like GI Joe
Yeah.
characters, and we would just play for hours upon hours upon hours with these characters. And I used to remember, and I was actually looking recently. I was trying to find online, like Amazon, all kind of stuff, like Sergeant Slaughter and all that kind of stuff. And I looked, and like the Sergeant Slaughter was like $200.
So the
And, like,
original, so his
Shadow-
I'm going to nerd out a little here.
Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, I wanted those. I used to love battling with those guys. And
Originally, you could not get Sergeant Slaughter in a store. You had to mail in for him. Same thing with the Cobra Commander with the hood. You had
Yeah.
to mail in for him. You had to
Wow.
collect. I think there were points. There were like these little things that you had to cut out on the back,
The
like a
little
slush
stubs,
puppy. They were
yeah.
like little stars or
Slush
whatever.
puppy points.
And you had to put them in the mail, and then Cobra. And I remember, oh my god, I remember like every day for like weeks, like going out to the mailbox. Is this the day that Cobra Commander arrives? Is
Yeah.
this the day that Sergeant Slaughter arrives? Or even there was even like a special Duke too.
Yeah.
that was a mail order only kind of thing. And, oh god, I was such a geek.
but it does. I mean, it brings you back such fond memories.
Yeah.
Like, I miss those days just because I have like all it does is bring back pure joy when I see those characters, and that's why we have a lot of these things today. I mean,
Yeah.
because it just brings back those memories, and it just it can make it can turn your day from bad to good just thinking about things like that.
When I was a
So-
kid, probably one of the best memories I had. I hope my brother doesn't watch this because he's such a douche. But my brother's 10 years older than me, but he used to entertain me like certain nights. He would I had everything G.I. Joe. I had the headquarters, I
Yeah.
had the Terradrome, I
my
had
God.
everything. So my brother would basically act out like a G.I. Joe movie for me with the figures and all the toys. And we'd have like the G.I. Joe base set up in one part of the room, and the Cobra guys in
Yeah.
one area. He would always do a Snake Eyes Storm Shadow fight for me that always,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, somehow took place on the top of my bed, which was supposed to signify like being on top of a mountain.
Yeah, and it probably to you seemed epic at the time.
It was unbelievable. But like a movie, he would bounce around to like different scenes.
yeah.
He wouldn't just like stay in one spot. He was masterful at it.
He should have been
So-
a director.
God.
What's
He was.
What's he doing now?
He works for the post office.
Oh.
He's been there forever.
Well, if he is not gone postal yet,
No,
He
he's
should
actually
go-
he's very mellow. He doesn't really fit the mold of postal employee. But no, he was. It was awesome.
that's
those
awesome.
were,
It's just such great memories.
and those are vivid. Those are vivid.
yeah.
Like with you, I had.
And how old were you when that was going on?
Oh God, I mean, I must have been maybe 10, 9 in that area.
Yeah. That's about when I think I was like 11.
Yeah,
when I have those memories, it's like
I would beg him to do it too. Be like, come on, please play G.I. Joe, and I'd be like, all right, fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's just
awesome.
things like that. I mean, I have really fond memories of like RBI baseball and like
and
Tecmo Bowl and all that kind of stuff.
Do you guys
Bases
remember?
loaded.
Do you guys remember a TV show called Captain N, the Game Master?
No.
It was a kid. He got sucked into the TV, and the bad guys was like the King Hippo from Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Oh my gosh.
Eggplant from Food Fight.
Yeah.
And he was like, when he got sucked in, like his controls were like a Nintendo controller. So like he would hit the jump button,
now I
he would jump,
remember
and
I remember it now.
I used to watch.
What was the movie where John Ritter
got?
got sucked into the TV? God, I
Gosh.
love that movie. Was that like, it wasn't like Changing No, what the heck was it? God, I loved that movie too.
I know what you're talking about too. I can't remember.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't even think of it.
It's pretty funny. And he goes like,
I like John Ritter a lot
Yeah.
too.
yeah.
All right, we'll go on. We have those very fond memories, but what do you want to see? Is that just Mask and
Mask?
Mask and
I go
Mask?
Voltron.
Totally
Voltron,
Mask. Totally Mask.
All right, for me, I'm gonna have to bring this out here. This is actually my son's. We'll say my son's.
Yeah.
I want to see a Thundercats. I would love to see a Thundercats movie made. They've actually been in the process of making one forever.
Yeah.
And the problem with it is that I think they have a hard time coming up with a story that works for the big screen. But I mean, you think with all of the stuff that they have out there, that they would be able to, kind of figure something out. And there was a real promise that Lino was going to be Matthew McConaughey several years back. This is before his Oscar award, and he had signed on apparently to play Lino. The batteries are out, but it does Thundercats, and I can do a little bit of this action too. Yes.
Awesome. It's so great.
Yes, it is. When I
I'm not gonna lie, I want one of those.
Yeah, I don't even know if they. I don't
And
know if
not
they'll
for my
find it.
kids.
Yeah, me and my son have had lightsaber and Thundercat swords.
Oh, I've had lightsaber battles with my girls.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my son actually got really good lightsabers. Those like $100 ones.
Yeah.
My brother and sister kind of like chipped in and bought him a red one and a green one, and we've had some serious battles out in the. We put on the bubble machine and have bubbles flying everywhere. We like fight the bubbles. And
The $100 ones I would not fight with.
they're
be on my wall.
They're made to they're supposed to be able to kind of hit. That's what they're.
Oh,
they're made
really?
for.
The $100 ones?
Yeah.
I've got like the $30.
Those are the ones
which
you
are
can
good.
just beat the shit
Yeah,
out of.
those are good. Those are good though.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm with you on Thundercats, man.
Thundercats. I would
love to see that.
My favorite is Panthro. I loved him. Panthro. He is so cool. I love the nunchucks. That
Who
was
would
just like
play Mumra?
Mumra. Oh my gosh.
How about Arnold Vosloo, the mummy?
You could have anybody. You could have anybody play him because he's just going to be all like covered in, or he's going to be like a CG or a mocap character. But like. Oh my gosh, Chitara, and that's what I wanted to tell you before. I got some new pop figures. I got an Ant-Man. I got this because it was it looks amazing. And then the other one I had to get was a Hulk Hogan. Who I don't know if we have a bigger Hulk Hogan fan than
immortal Hulk Hogan.
I don't know if we have a bigger fan than Brian of Hulk Hogan. But I had to get that because that one looks phenomenal.
Greatest
it's like
of all time.
Such great 80s right there. And they had a Chitara. They had a pop figure of Chitara. I was like, oh my god! I was like looking all over for Lino and Panthro. I was like, come on, they gotta have him somewhere. They gotta have him, and they didn't. I did like Chitara though. She was a really cool character. I liked her. I don't know. She was kind of like. She was probably like almost like a crush. That I had. I was like, man, she's like awesome. She's
Have you
kick-ass.
casted her? Who was your?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. Back in the day, if you're talking 10 years ago, maybe like Uma Thurman, someone like that. But I don't know. Today, that would be a tough cast.
Olivia Munn.
No.
Just cast her for everything.
As attractive as most
throw it
people
out there.
think she is, I am not. I don't think she's like super hot.
Yeah,
I think she's
pretty.
I think
She's pretty.
She seems like she's got a good personality to her,
Yeah.
and kind of fun.
And she enjoys lube.
She enjoys being lubed by multiple women,
Yeah.
and doesn't mind talking about it.
No,
So,
which adds to the hotness.
but I don't. When I see her on the screen, I want good actors. Like, that's what I really want, and she hasn't really proven to me that she's like a phenomenal talent yet. So I don't know. I mean, I think Uma Thurman
She's
can put on
proven
some good
that
performances.
she can be on the receiving end of an Aaron Rodgers photobomb
Yes.
really well.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a great accolade right there.
She
but
did not.
It's something.
She did not steal that show,
No.
and she was the star.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
The supporting character definitely took the performance
Yep.
away. All right, we'll move on to the next one, and that is: do you think, with all of these leaks that have been happening, we've gotten some really negative news by WB. They've come out and been very harsh regarding the leaks. They've been very upset. And do you think that they will stop offering up this footage for the movies, for the fans that show up? This is what they do. They want to promote their movie. They want to give something a little special to the fans that come all the way to San Diego, and they want to give them. But these fans are, and I think this is where it really is that you're not just getting the fans, you're getting more of the press, I guess. I mean, because a lot of and you put press kind of in quotes because a lot of these, sites and these entertainment sites, they don't have that code of ethics that legit, journalists and stuff that have. Like they will just go out and say a rumor's fact, and that's not something that I appreciate, and it's why I steer clear of some websites, especially the entertainment sites. And I think that's why we're getting these leaks, because they want to put these on their sites.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but at the same time, what do you think? Do you think that they might start backing off on some of the stuff that they do and just do the panels only instead of showing trailers and stuff like that on these huge screens in Hall H? I'll start off with Bri.
I guess I would say, what do they expect to happen, though? I mean, this kind of goes with the territory, especially over the last few years with the advancements in smartphones, and people are going to record this stuff.
It's tough. It's really tough now. Everybody has a camera/video camera.
So when you
on
go
their
into
phone.
Hall H, what's the security? Do they pat you down? Do they have the wand? I mean,
They
they
use a kind of like a code of ethics, like please don't film.
Okay, but there's just not a lot of people with ethics. So
I know, and that's the unfortunate thing. So do you think that they'll just stop showing it? Because that's the
No.
only way to guarantee.
I don't
not
though.
get it.
See, I don't, because that's such a huge part of going to Comic-Con is seeing these kind of
Well, I
sneak
mean, also
previews.
seeing the panels is pretty cool, and getting information is cool.
I know, but a lot of people go there for these trailers. A lot. It would be one of the if there were like a top 5 reasons why I would go to Comic-Con, seeing trailers in advance would be one of them. Be very high on the list. So no, they're not going to stop it. And frankly, I don't think anything's going to change. I think it's all just going to keep happening. I think they'll bitch about it every year. But
Well,
it's
this is
gonna
the
keep
first
happening.
year that they've been really ticked, because they weren't planning on releasing the Suicide Squad one right away, and they the
Let me ask
Deadpool
you a
one's not
question.
coming out for a few weeks
Well, I want to play devil's advocate here. Why are they ticked? Why are they mad?
because of the quality. Because you're getting to see these trailers in poor quality,
But it's still publicity for the movie.
but it can be negative because you're seeing it in poor quality, and I'll get into that a little bit
but
more.
I think the intuitive, smart fan understands that. They
but
say,
I mean-
okay, I know I'm going to get this on some guy's cam that he's like hiding in his jacket. So I know it's not going to be HD. But that goes with, I think you understand that. To me, it's still publicity for the movie.
It is.
And if the trailer's good, like the Deadpool one, which we will get to, but or any of them really, they were all pretty nasty. But people want to see that though, and it's still publicity. It's still you are still.
I think that's
seeing,
where I think because you have a lot of the people over at Fox and stuff like that, and a lot of the they're the higher uppers over at Fox, and they were like, publicity's publicity. Like, it is
Right,
good
that's-
publicity. He's like, even if it is negative, like that's how Deadpool got made. Like, if people want it, they'll rave about it. The only thing that I do agree with the people over at WB is that the poor quality. I will say that when I watched the Suicide Squad trailer, that was leaked, I was very disappointed. I was like, wow. The only thing I liked about that was the Joker laugh. That was it. So I mean,
Sounds like the complete opposite.
and so the leaked version, I was very underwhelmed with.
But then you saw the HD one, right?
And we'll talk about that later. So as far as all of that goes, I understand where WB's coming from. Fox, on the other hand, I can also understand where they're coming. Like, you can really get a lot of freebie promotion on this because it just goes viral.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, the one that was official right after it came out was the Batman vs Superman one, and that had like 17 million views, the trailer, in like a 24-hour period. Right. I mean, that's insane. I mean, that's a viral video. Yeah. What did you think about it? Like, about that?
I got two kind of points to bring up here. Yeah, two points. I don't understand the whole waiting so long after they show Comic-Con to release the trailer.
It's the quality, because they're
not. What I'm saying is, like, they're showing these people the trailer now. Why can't they just release it to the public like 3 days later?
Because
instead of, like, Deadpool.
Well, this is the reason why. I mean,
3 weeks.
I can tell you why. For that, because even Ryan Reynolds came out and said it in an interview. He said that it's due to the effects. The effects are not finished. They're not completely done when they bring it to Hall H. These are very, very minimal.
They're raw.
Yeah, they are very raw cuts of these videos. So they don't want to show that to the public.
Exactly.
Even in the low quality of
that's why you can't tell, is because it's low quality. If you saw a sharper version of it, like I have a feeling Apocalypse that you saw in the I think you're going to see something a little different when you see the actual trailer. Oh, sure. And that's why I think, and Ryan Reynolds said it's coming out in 3 weeks. We have a plan. It's coming out in 3 weeks, and it's because the VFX isn't done. It's just not done. It's not ready to be on the main stage.
Well, they should have had it ready then.
Well, they it's rushed.
Great though.
Yeah, they did, but it'll look better.
All right, and my other point.
You get worked up about this.
We can, and that's why we're doing this show, is because this kind of stuff can work us out.
And my other point is this: it's just something. It's a thought in my head. It's 2015. They got the technology. Why can't they have, like, in that room some kind of device or something that disables cameras? Like, there's got to be technology out there that does that. Like
Christian Bale and Batman could disable, like,
Well,
Batman comes on, hits a button,
just hits like a little remote control. Everybody's cameras stop working.
I wonder if I don't know.
They have to have that technology.
That would be cool. I think it's either that or they're gonna have to get to a point where they're just gonna be like, leave your phones, like they do with some of the screeners. Like, leave your phones at the door, put them in your car. Like, that's all you have. Those are your options. You cannot, if you bring a phone in and you do it, one, you might get sued if you record it, and two, we're going to ask you to leave and shame you for life, and you will never be able to come back to San Diego Comic-Con.
You'll be a pariah.
Like
in San Diego.
In a whale's vagina, you will be the pariah.
I don't think they'll stop showing them. No, they can't. They can't. There's no way. Yeah,
because WB is threatening to.
All they can do is just.
I don't think they will
security,
either.
But part of me thinks that some of this is tongue in cheek, like, man, we're so mad that got out. Isn't it awesome? Can you believe the great publicity we just? Well, I don't know.
There was a lot of backlash on the quality of the Suicide Squad when the leaked trailer. They were like, oh, that was kind of underwhelming. And that's why, is because you don't want negative publicity on these films. Even though publicity is publicity, you would rather have.
What, though? See, I think I'm looking at it different. I'm looking at it like the people watching these leaked trailers and they're getting excited, even if it's bad excited. You're still gonna want to watch that HD version once it comes out.
Yeah,
and it's getting you more into it.
There is zero chance that somebody seeing a low quality leaked trailer is going to prevent them from seeing the movie.
Exactly.
Unless the content of the movie looks like it sucks.
Yeah, I don't. But it's easier to, like, be negative. I'm just being.
I know that.
I'm being
more than anyone. I'm actually trying to be positive here. This is way out of character for me.
I'm not going as far as a leaked will not, like, make you not want to watch the movie, but it's not gonna not want to make you watch the actual trailer when it comes out. You're gonna want to watch that next trailer, regardless if you think it's bad or you think it's good. you're gonna want to watch it. I think it's good.
I think most people, yes. I think that's how most people feel. I think that some people are like trolls and they want to come out and troll it, and that makes it easier to troll.
See, like when I see the leaked one, I actually get more excited, and then I'm like, I can't wait to see the HD.
Yeah, that's
much better it
that's
is.
that's what I was. Yeah,
See,
pretty much my path.
And me, when I actually watched the leaked one, I was like, I have to watch the HD version because I was very underwhelmed with the, and I was like, I hope it just looks better.
But you're excited about watching the.
I wasn't excited. I was actually more concerned, so I wanted to try. I was hoping that the new trailer lifted me up and kind of got me back on board.
It got you to watch that new trailer.
What's that?
It got you.
It didn't get me to watch. I would have watched the new trailer anyway.
Yeah.
Whether it got leaked or not. I like the leaks because I'm just one of those people that, oh, it's a leak, I gotta find it and I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it right away. I don't have self-control when it comes to that kind of stuff. I want to know when it comes out right away. I have a hard time not watching every trailer. I have to actually like walk to my computer and be like, no, and I have to like walk away, and I have to like actually physically remove myself from my computer so that I don't play all these trailers, which could spoil a movie for me, because they play, you know, they have like 30 trailers come out for all these movies now with like the teasers and, you know, TV spot number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and
it's like a mini movie.
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
They're mini movies now.
So I try and limit myself to like a teaser and 2 full-length trailers, and that's it. And that's a lot when you're talking about these movies. So it's just one of those things that's very difficult for me, and that's the leaked is one of those things that like I just can't. I have to see it, and it helps, you know, that I like to watch them for the show too. So, all right. So, why isn't it clicking yet?
Well, that was different.
Don't cut that out.
All right, we're gonna move on to
In or out of the movie trailer park.
Yes, because we got some epic trailers over here. We are going to talk about the... I'm going to leave Batman vs. Superman for the last one. So if you want to hear about that, you know, just wait a little bit of time and we will get to it. Because that was the one that kind of stuck out to me as the main one. We're going to talk about the X-Men Apocalypse leaked trailer. And I'm going to give us, you know, normally when we talk about these things, I give 3 minutes. We're going to do 5 minutes because I want to be able to talk about these movies.
Jeez.
I want to be able to talk. I think for Batman v Superman, we might go to 7. Yep, that's right.
I was thinking like 10.
We might. I don't know. We'll see where we are. We'll see where we are as far as time goes. So I want to keep this show under an hour and a half. So let's see. All right. So we'll start right now. X-Men Apocalypse. The trailer was leaked. Chad, we'll start with you because you have yet to really get into the X-Men series and you're just starting to approach it. What did you think of the trailer?
It looked good. It was dark, and I mean, as far as it looked similar to all the other trailers that they have released in the past. I mean, I have seen most of the trailers for most of the X-Men movies, and I thought it looked all right. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the actual trailer, the HD version of it. It was hard to hear with you guys like going back and forth, like, but I mean, I don't know that much about it, so like I kind of get lost in some.
Oh yeah,
places.
we were doing our Batman versus Bane.
He was doing Bane, like yeah,
it got vulgar.
Yeah, it got weird. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I got lost a couple times. Like, obviously, you guys know like everything about these movies, so you guys don't get lost. But for me, being somebody that doesn't watch these movies, I got lost a little bit. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'll see once I watch these other ones.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
I think out of all of them, if it was between the Avengers and the X-Men, I'm more of the X-Men kind of person. Like,
well, you love Deadpool, which is part of that family a little bit. He was X-Men
I got so many questions
times.
about that too, man. All right, never mind. Never mind. I was just getting confused there for a second.
It's okay. It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brian? What do you think of this Apocalypse trailer, the leaked one?
Pretty awesome. I enjoyed it. I think last time I was on, I talked about how much I really have enjoyed X-Men even more since the First Class movie, which is still my favorite of all the X-Men movies. And I loved Days of Future Past, so this, you know, right back in line with that family. I think there was sort of and this is really weird. Well, I thought there was a funny parallel between this is going to be quite a weird connect the dots between this and Blade Trinity. Okay. So now if I'm understanding the Apocalypse character correctly, right. He's like the original mutant, right?
He is the first mutant.
The first mutant. So in Blade Trinity, the really fucked up, watered down vampires decide that they're just getting their asses kicked by Blade, and they need to go unearth Dracula, the original vampire, to come and kick a little ass and kick the vampires into shape.
Right.
And this sort of felt like, the mutants are not unearthing Apocalypse. It sounds like he just kind of shows up and he's like, "You guys are just a disgrace, and I'm here. I'm here to get this train back on the tracks." But so it was kind of weird that I sort of drew that parallel. Not many people draw parallels to Blade Trinity ever.
No,
yeah, no.
So
it's actually a pretty good comic book series. I mean, like,
I know it
it's
is
an adaptation to the movie.
But I thought it was just I thought it was sort of similar. But I love bad guys in movies. Love bad guys. Love evil characters, and I just want to see how evil this guy really is.
Yeah,
I kind of can't wait.
I hope he's extremely evil.
Yes,
I hope he is just like. I don't want to get that bait and switch that we get with Marvel all the time. Kind of like, oh yes, Ronan the Accuser looks he's going to be so badass, and then it's just kind of like laughable by the end. And like you have Malekith, and you have. Even Thanos and Ultron. Ultron was.
See, Thanos though still has like the comedic side to a little bit.
He does a little bit, but he shouldn't have too much. I want him to come on. And
I think like what we've seen of Thanos so far is you get some of those humorous facial expressions.
Yeah.
And he just
he was just like kind of looking at Ronan the Accuser. He's just kind of like
Ultron is basically like a stand-up comedian.
Which is sad because that's what it really.
I just want Apocalypse to just be pure evil.
Why did you do that to me? James Spader.
He James Spadered the hell out of that.
Yes, he did.
Character. But I think I want to see Apocalypse just be completely evil.
I don't want this back and forth. I don't want the Maleficent he's a really evil character. Oh no, but she's kind of good. Right. I don't want that bullshit.
No conflict.
I do not want that. I just want it's just his way or the highway.
Evil emperor.
Yes,
bad.
I want the best of the best, and everybody else I want to perish. That's it. See you later. Bye. Yep. That's what I want. I want him to show it, and he kind of does it in this movie. The only thing I get a little concerned with is, and I am hoping with the finished trailer, because they've only been shooting for like 5 weeks. I'm hoping with the finished trailer that we actually finally get to see that he is a little bit more menacing, because he is this ultra powerful being. He is bigger than everybody else. He's standing in with Storm and that little where you can see Storm and him kind of standing there, and he's talking to somebody. It's kind of blurred out. You can't really see who it is. And he's talking to somebody. He's like, come with me, and I'll show you kind of deal.
Yeah.
And he's I don't know, 6 inches taller than Storm. That doesn't really show me menacing. I want to see him. The pictures that you get in the comic books, he is feet taller than other people. Yeah. He is not, and he is menacing. He's huge. He can grow. He can. He is. He's my favorite villain. He is my favorite villain in comics of all time. I love.
Big statement.
I love Apocalypse.
I thought it was Ultron.
No, Ultron. I love Ultron. He's one of my favorite Marvel villains. But as far as Apocalypse is my favorite of all time. This guy right here, and he is enormous. That is not what.
It's not that big.
For the size of characters. For the size of characters, this is what you're talking about.
Mike Wazowski.
But look, this is what you're talking about. These are the kind of size of characters that you're talking about. So.
It was bound to happen at some point.
There's
too many action figures in front of us here.
Wazowski's taking out everybody.
Wazowski.
Look at the difference in size of those two characters. It's quite substantial.
Okay, those are action figures.
Yeah, I know.
They're really just.
But these are the same size. These are the same style action characters.
Yeah, but somewhere someone has produced a Silver Surfer action figure that is probably larger.
But this is the same line.
Oh, okay.
The Bumble was a lot bigger.
He is that much bigger
in the
than
cartoon.
Him.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
The Bumble was a lot bigger in a cartoon.
Yeah, true.
A lot bigger than a Duff can.
So anyway,
Bear.
The Duff Kid's not a superhero. This-
I'm just gonna take a nap.
Sorry. Go ahead. Hey, look, RoboCop.
We're just having our own conversation over here.
Yeah, Apocalypse is more on the same size as like Hulk than
The Incredible, not the Immortal.
No, well, they're kind of the same size. I mean, what's he like 6'4"?
6'8".
He's that tall?
Yeah.
Is he really?
303 pounds.
That was back in the day. I don't know
From
if he's still
Venice
303.
Beach, California. No, actually,
He's a little slimmer now.
No,
He's probably like 280.
He actually said he shrank a little bit because of all the back surgeries that he's had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's kind of like collapsed a little.
So he might
he's
be
like
6'4".
No, he's like 6'4" now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. He's still awesome.
He's still the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Anyway.
Brother.
Brother. All right, we will move on. We're going to go on to the Suicide Squad leaked, and then the Suicide Squad legit.
Unleaked.
The legit trailer that came out a day after, kind of like or a day or two after. I'll start off with myself. So what?
Egomaniac.
So when I watched, like I said before, when I had watched the Suicide Squad leaked trailer, I was very unimpressed and I didn't like what I saw. I didn't comment on it. I didn't, make any posts or anything on Facebook or anything like that. I just watched it and I was like, I watched it twice and I looked at it. I was like, oh, really? I was like, that seems so lame. Like, I just didn't like what I was seeing. Like, they are getting close to, releasing this movie. It's less than a year away, I believe, from dropping. So I was very unimpressed with the leaked trailer. I thought the quality of it was not very good. But what I saw, I was like, the only two redeeming qualities of that was Harley Quinn, because she looked kind of menacing and kind of, slutty, which is what Harley Quinn is, kind of goofy and slutty and menacing and all at the same time. And Joker, of course. I was like, oh, that laugh. I didn't like the way he looked in the trailer, on the leaked one, but I enjoyed his laugh. I was like, all right, that's kind of like, it's almost a throwback to like Mark Hamill's Joker laugh. It might be like kind of in between, like Hamill, maybe like Heath Ledger's Joker. It's not like Nicholson's Joker, not at all.
No.
I watched the real leaked trailer, and I was like, all right, now I am in. Like, I like the way it's shot. I still am not sold with Will Smith and without his mask being on for Deadshot. I feel like it just takes me out of the movie, and it's like, that's Will Smith, and I don't really want to see that. Like, when I see Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, I'm like, that's Harley Quinn. Like, that is, Harleen Quinzel. Like, that is her. And when I see the Joker, when Leto comes, he's like almost unrecognizable. Yeah. He looks really bad. And when I saw him in this trailer, I was like, all right, I think I'm in. I think I was really torn with all the tattoos, the cat teeth, and the way that he looked. I really was not in on him. Saw that real trailer, and I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm ready to watch this. I like the laugh. I'm hoping that it's more of like Harley Quinn and the Joker, and a little bit less of the Killer Crocs. And I thought Killer Croc was pretty good. But I thought Boomerang, Captain Boomerang, actually his voice, who I'm not a big Jai Courtney fan, he sounded pretty good. I was impressed with him. So what did you think? Yeah, I mean, you texted me, you were like, oh yeah.
The second I saw her, I was like, man, I'm the leaked version of it. I was like, oh man, I'm all in on this. Unlike you, I see the characters on the screen. I don't know their names. I don't know. Yeah. Like, obviously, I know who Will Smith plays. I know who Harley Quinn is. Like, but some of the lesser known ones, I don't know who they are. I don't know what they're all about. But I like the tone of the trailer itself with the music.
It's dark.
Like, really dark music in the background. Like, it was shot like real slow, and no fast action was in it or anything. I got a good feel out of it. Like, I'm like, man, this is gonna be dark. And it's gonna be good.
Yeah, and you said it was like, this is like right up your alley. Like, this is what you want to see.
This is like Daredevil-ish, like just kind of darkish.
Which is why I'm surprised that you didn't like The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger, because that movie is dark and deep and
maybe if I
depressing
rewatched it, I don't know.
Yeah,
I just got a thing about Batman. I don't know. I just don't like him. I don't know. But yeah, I'm all in for this movie now. Like I'm ready for it. I actually don't even want to see any more trailers. Like I see this trailer.
You might have to watch one more.
I'm guessing I'm probably gonna have to watch another one. But if it was up to me, I wouldn't even want to watch any more trailers.
Hopefully, it won't come out for another 6 months.
It probably won't. Yeah. But I'm all in. You said you didn't like the unmasking of Will Smith. Like I don't understand like that. Like because I don't.
It just
know
takes
him.
me out of the movie because it's Will Smith, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
but I don't know. Does he always wear a mask usually?
No, I mean no, but that's the
right,
problem
okay.
with having Will Smith as the character.
See, I thought he was good. He only had like one little scene in the trailer, but I'm excited.
And he
for
dropped
him.
the "Let's go save Earth" and "We're the Suicide Squad."
yeah.
Like he's the person that had to drop that
So
line.
we're
It's
like some kind of
okay,
Suicide
well we know
Squad.
But
you're the star.
you know you're gonna get that in this movie though. That Will Smith is the star of this
He's
movie.
not really,
but exactly. He's
Leto
not
and-
really
Leto.
yeah.
He's not really the star, but he's gonna want to be the star.
Yeah.
He's gonna want those scenes.
He wants that
where
FaceTime.
People look at that screen and they're like, "All right, this guy could possibly be the leader of this clan or whatever." But
Before I let Brian go, because we're actually entering this, but I'm going to let Brian go anyway. We'll add another 2 minutes to this clock. But before I let him go, I want to just say, I thought it was amazing with Deadshot when he had the mask on and he goes and he just boom jumps off the back of the building and starts grappling down. I was like, oh, that is cool. I loved that shot. That looked so cool. What did you think about the trailers?
I liked it, and I'm relieved because I think there was a lot of negative press that we had all kind of heard about this movie.
There were so many, like the casting people were worried about.
People were just ripping the casting. I mean, maybe as bad as Affleck was getting whacked about being the Batman choice at the time. I mean,
Right.
it was, but it wasn't just like one guy. It was like, oh, this casting in general. But after seeing this trailer, that I think will help alleviate some of that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I kind of like Chad, don't know a whole lot about the Suicide Squad except for the top heavy guys, you know, Harley, Joker, Deadshot. So I'm still, I think we're all iffy on Will Smith as Deadshot.
See,
It's
I'm
just
not.
hard
I
to-
don't
He's not. He's really.
but I just don't know the
Yeah.
concept behind it. Maybe
But
if I knew the concept, but
I think it'll be good.
I like Will
just,
Smith,
It
so-
takes it's when you have such a mega star, kind of as one of the characters, your eyes are almost drawn to him because you know his face, and it just takes me out of the movie for a few seconds. And I'm hoping as the movie just plays out that I forget about Will Smith altogether, and then
it doesn't do
Deadshot.
that like the Avengers. Like that doesn't do.
No, because
you
they brought him out in character. Like Robert Downey Jr. kind of had fell off the face of the earth, and then because he had some drug issues and was a lot of adultery and all that kind of stuff, and he ended up kind of getting back in the limelight. He came back, and this was like his big claim to fame. Like no, this brought him back in front of everybody, was the Tony Stark character and everything like that, and that's kind of where he reinvented himself. Unfortunately, he plays himself so much to this character that it's like almost one and the same, and it's hard for him to break out into other roles now. But he was awesome as Sherlock as well. And then even with Thor, it was before he was a big star. Like Chris Hemsworth is not this huge star when he was Thor. Chris Evans was kind of on the precipice of becoming a star. You have all these characters. Scarlett Johansson was probably a big name, but she played the role very well. So you kind of just forgot about it, and she is, Black Widow, and all these characters, even Jeremy Renner, they were kind of on the, they were like on just on the
Very
just
underrated
breaking
actor
through,
right there.
about ready to break through.
Oh boy. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna avoid that until it's just get really
Just
hot
about
down here.
The one thing that I will say is that another thing that I heard at Comic-Con was David Ayer, and this is my biggest concern for this movie, is movies like Sabotage and movies like what was that one that he did, Fury, the tank, and those movies like Fury underwhelmed me.
I didn't like it.
And
Still haven't seen it.
Sabotage was good until the ending, and then I fucking hated that movie. Like I went from I would have given that a positive review, like a 6.5, maybe 7, and then the way that it ended, I brought it down to like a 4. I hated that movie the way it ended. And so that is the only thing. But when he came out on stage and was like trying to introduce everybody and stuff like that, he was like, fucking, that's right, we're here, fucking, WB, we're gonna be doing this stuff, we're gonna do it the right way. He's like, this is what the comic books fans want. They want real movies. They don't want this fluff and all that kind of stuff. And he actually like threw out like some kind of like, beef. He tried to start some beef with Marvel, and he's like, we have the best villains. Like, fuck this, crappy villains over here, with like, Malekith and Ronan the Accuser and all these. He's like, fuck them, like they suck. He's like, we have the real ones. We have the Joker, and like he just kind of like going on all these. He's like, these are the real deal. Like we don't need these like crappy villains to kind of just get all these Avengers or all these characters together to show off their superpowers. Yeah. We're showing you some real shit, and I could not disagree with his view. I feel that WB, especially when you're talking Batman and the Suicide in that realm. I mean, the villains in that. I mean, you have the Penguin, the Riddler, all these, especially the Joker. I mean, one of the best villains of all time.
Can I piggyback on that?
Yeah.
So that to me is, I don't want to say a concern, but that's the one thing I'm looking forward most to seeing is Jared Leto's interpretation of the Joker, because if you look at the acting lineage and royalty that has been associated with playing that role, and I will even go back as far as Cesar Romero as the Joker,
which actually his Leto kind of more, he looks more like Cesar Romero than he does any of the other Jokers.
But if you look at the Cesar Romero and Jack and Heath Ledger, and now you've got Jared Leto, and this is it's not a make or break role for him. He's
a good actor.
He's an established star.
Good actor,
but God, I hope he doesn't fuck it up.
Did you see him in Dallas Buyers Club? Did you watch that movie?
No, I haven't. No, I have not.
Holy shit!
Oh, I know he can act.
Oh my gosh,
I know he's tremendous.
That was amazing.
But I got to tell you though, it will be interesting to see his interpretation. Visually, looks okay. And that very limited clip.
That laugh was
laugh
was good.
Sinister.
And then his line, he's like, "I'm not gonna kill you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
hurt you. Yeah. Really bad."
Yeah,
I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, no,
that part gave me goosebumps.
It was good.
I was like,
it was good. It was good. Wow.
Yeah, I was upset. I was like, "Yeah, let's do this. I'm ready."
Is that the insulin kicking? What is that?
No, I'm a diabetic.
That's the beach donuts right there.
Yeah, the coffee and the beach donuts finally have kicked in.
Colliding.
I was excited.
Wow.
I was very excited.
Very aroused.
Very aroused. The pleats.
Moving on.
All right, we will move on to
the best trailer.
The best trailer. Well, I'll add 6 minutes to this because it seems like we're going over those. So I'm just going to put 6 in it. Deadpool leaked trailer, which is Ryan Reynolds said it's going to be coming out in 3 weeks. The actual trailer, he said they need to add some VFX, the video effects, onto it before they, actually debut it for everybody. This gives you an intro to kind of several of the characters that are in it. Kind of gives you a little bit of his personality and all that kind of stuff. Should I go with the man with the Deadpool shirt on himself, or should I wait?
No,
should I let him
you
close
want to build
it
up
out?
to him?
Well, we'll close it off. We'll start off with you, Brian.
So it was, and I saw a lot of the reviews on the trailer. I know that a lot of people widely thought it was the best. I have a bias towards Batman Superman, which I thought was the best, but we'll get into that later. This was easily the number 2 though. And it was top heavy with these 4 trailers. Batman Superman for me was 1, 2 was Deadpool, very close, and then distant 3rd and 4th were X-Men and Suicide Squad. But this movie just looks great. And last time I was here, I commented about Ryan Reynolds and how he is Deadpool. I mean,
he is Wade Wilson
to the team.
Tailor-made for this role. All this trailer did was just add to that, and it added to the anticipation. And I mean, I am incredibly excited for this movie because I think I'm going to be entertained from an action perspective, and I think I'm going to laugh my ass off. So there he is, sitting all Indian style.
That's the X-Force.
Yeah,
version.
right next to Aquaman.
That's right.
You got a lot of Aquaman down here. What?
I know.
I love
right?
Aquaman.
I really do.
I have been one of the people that have loved Aquaman forever. I really enjoy Aquaman. I think it's really cool. Probably because of my fear of Jaws.
Don't you think they should introduce Aquaman into Shark Week or something? Like he should photobomb.
Jason Momoa should have had.
Jason Momoa should have had. It would have been a nice.
Yes,
next year it'll be a shameless plug.
Yeah, next year or the year after they'll do it. They'll have him on.
Do you watch Big Bang Theory?
Oh yeah.
Did you see the one where they're all dressed up?
Everybody.
Oh yeah.
And nobody.
Forever and ever.
nobody
and ever.
wanted to
I had
be
to be a
Aquaman.
closet
Oh,
Aquaman fan. I had to be a closet Aquaman fan because every time I brought him up, like they would just make fun of me and laugh. I was like, oh come on, man. And then the Aquaman 52 series came out, and it's like, all right, now everybody's on Aquaman's side, except for Conan O'Brien, of course.
Except for the Big Bang Theory too, because none of them wanted to be Aquaman, and they had.
Well, that was before the Aquaman.
You could have
2
broadened
series.
that scope and just said everybody except you.
Like
Aquaman.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think we needed to limit it to 4 or 5 people. We could have pulled the lens back there a little more. So just to finish up on Deadpool, Deadpool looks tremendous. It looks great, and that was as we talked about earlier, a raw cut. And if that's just the tip of the iceberg, wow,
Yep.
that movie's gonna make some serious bank. And it's probably going to be one of those. I mean, because Deadpool's not the highest on the list of all-time super. Actually, isn't Deadpool a relatively within the last 20 years?
He's a cult
He's
following.
very
Yeah,
unknown.
he's got a cult following. He was. I mean, I wouldn't say he's. I mean, anybody that knows comics.
they're
there's
coming
some
back out, you
Some
know?
hardcore comic book fans dislike Deadpool because of how meta and how comic-y.
I'm pretty sure I have Deadpool 1. I think, which is probably not worth a lot. I don't think. I don't think it's worth that much.
I would look into that.
Pretty sure I have it because I think it was mid '90s when it came out. Does that sound right?
Yeah, his first
comic,
episode,
I mean?
his actual first episode, his first issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be in the
90s.
90s.
Okay. I will look for that in my comic book collection. I am looking forward to the Merc with a Mouth.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, I thought
just
the
looks
trailer looked great. I love the music that was in it. It was like so perfect, and the one thing that I didn't.
I wonder if it's going to be up there with like the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack.
Yeah. I don't think. I think it's going to be.
Won't be that great because that's awesome '70s music,
that
and
was
nothing
great,
beats that.
yeah.
But
I actually own that too.
And so I really liked the trailer that I saw. I thought it was pretty cool. I can't wait to see the final cut that they get done and everything like that. I did have a problem with some of the delivery of Ryan Reynolds' lines, like when he said the Negasonic Teenage what the shit, like the coolest name ever. Like when he said it, it seemed almost forced the way that he said it, but that's like total nitpicking because the trailer itself was really cool. I can't wait to see him talking to the screen, like when he at the very end takes the 2 guns and he's just like, I'm gonna be touching myself later. I love that. Like you can tell it's just playing it right to the screen, breaking that 4th wall. Can't wait to see this come out. I can't wait to see next year is gonna be such an amazing year for comic book movies. I'm gonna be at the theater like every month watching a comic book movie. It's like all my dreams have come true.
2 times a month.
What did you think, Mr. Deadpool himself over here?
Even the leaked version I was in heaven, like watching it. Like I was like, oh my god, I cannot freaking wait. Like, besides being excited for Ryan Reynolds being Deadpool, I'm wicked excited to seeing T.J. Miller in it.
That interaction with him, he looks like a testicle with teeth.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the actual trailer to come out because it's so hard to hear, and like I just want to get that feel like of that conversation. Like, I think it's going to be amazing.
I bet you like he says something in it, like he kind of pulls the hood down. And he's like, "All right, I want you to just go to town on me, get it out of your system, let's go." And then you have fucking T.J. Miller just boom, 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 boom. He looked like an avocado had sex with an older avocado,
like when like Fred Savage and Austin Powers just go to town on the mole. Molly, 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 molly.
One of my favorite parts. We were watching it together, me and Brian, and we were both dying. Is when they're on the bridge, and he rolls down the window a little bit, and he peeks out from under it. He's like, "Hey, you guys want to know why I wear red, right?" He's like, "So the enemies can't see the blood." And he's like, "Oh, he's got the right idea over there. He's wearing brown pants." And he jumps up and just does all these flips and starts nailing everybody.
The way that he came out of that car was so cool. He like flipped out of that car, and he's like, I can't wait to see these scenes. I can't wait to see them. I hope that with the next trailer, like not this first trailer that we get, but I hope we get a second trailer that's a red band trailer.
Oh,
I
yeah,
would
we're definitely gonna get a red
love to
band.
see the red band. I want to see some of that.
We're gonna get a red
well,
band.
you know, I take that back. I might not want to see that because I don't want to be surprised by the vulgar side of Deadpool.
I'm all in for this one.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Deadpool.
Can't wait.
All right. Batman v Superman. Should I go with it right now? No, you know what? I'm going to move on to Star Wars. We'll do the Star Wars Force Awakens release. They did like a promo piece that was kind of a behind-the-scenes promo piece for everyone at San Diego Comic-Con. They released it. It's on like movie clips. You can find it there, everything like that.
Movie clips.
I really, for me, I really...
My Achilles. For movie clips.
just look on movie clips. No! I'm going to search for the next 45 minutes.
I don't know what you mean.
It'll take you 30 seconds to go there.
Find it.
You can click on movie clips and it'll take you 5 seconds. Or you can refuse to look at it.
The files are in the computer. It's so simple.
Is that Zoolander?
Yes. That'll be. We should have a. We need. Well, yeah. When the new Zoolander comes out, can we just have a dedicated show
Yes.
to
Sure.
Zoolander 2?
Absolutely.
Yes.
We can do, you know what? I say we all watch it, do the review together.
Yes.
Fine.
Right after the movie.
That's
Directly
good.
from the movie
I'll
theater
move
to
the
the
cameras.
basement.
I'll take the. I don't know if we can do that because I have a child. That's some people that are sleeping.
Do you think they would let us like set up a table afterwards and just do it live right at the movie theater?
That could help me conquer my fear of public speaking.
I've been trying to talk.
Or it could be a total nightmare.
He's just sitting there. It's like totally cool in there. He's not sweating down here in a 95-degree room, but he'd just be like pouring with sweat.
God. I would do one of those things where I just looked at the camera.
Brian, what do you think about the
And then the water's dripping down.
It was good. It was good. It was good. It was good.
I think all it would take, though.
I liked it.
I think all it would take for you to snap out is somebody to say something like Eggerman,
Maybe,
and you would just jump right in.
Maybe that would help.
And you would
we'll
just jump
have
right
to make
in.
sure that we
The
keep
Rob
the
Burgundy.
Penetron talks to a minimum when we're doing that.
Or maybe if I could just somehow sneak alcohol into the theater just to take the edge off a little bit.
we'll have a
Buckland serves alcohol right to you.
True.
Oh,
And Providence serves it right to you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
I've been trying to talk Shane into doing something live for the longest time. Like before we even started doing
I would
this.
do it. I would do that. I mean, we'd have to get the theater involved. And
I wanted to do at the bowling alley in Groton. They have a 100-inch screen. I wanted 25 people in the audience watching the movie,
then do a commentary,
and then we'll
like,
have rotating guests, like 3 guests, and they just rotate in and out.
I could just say things like stare at the camera. I have glossophobia. A deathly fear of public speaking.
I'm
Shane, which camera? Which camera?
Which one are we on?
Oh my god!
I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable.
Crawl over me.
Turn the
I'm
AC
so
on.
uncomfortable.
It's so fucking hot in here.
So many people out there. There's like 5.
Yeah, let's say there's 15 people out there.
15 people.
There's so many
And they're all
people.
looking at us like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
What's wrong with the guy on the far left?
No, if we ever did that, you would have to come in as Anchorman, as Ron Burgundy.
I could. That would definitely take the edge off. I wouldn't have any issue.
Because we would have you come in
If
from
I can role play as someone else, no fear. I could probably make a speech at the White House if I had to dress as Anchorman. But if I had to, but in a movie theater in front of 7 people, just like this. Is it my turn to talk?
Brian, I said your name 5 minutes ago.
all the bunch is just looking at you like, is he gonna talk or?
He sweats like Shaquille O'Neal.
You just keep breaking wind and sweating.
I don't think I'd be gassy, but it would. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm sweating just thinking about it.
I'm sweating now too. So what were we talking? Oh yeah, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
all right.
behind
so
the
Star
scenes.
Wars.
The Chad awakens.
I'm almost asleep right now.
I
By
think
the way,
we're getting into the goofy part where the heat is kicking in.
All right, go ahead, Brian. What did you think about the Star Wars behind-the-scenes footage?
It was cool. We talked about that basically after we all kind of watched it together, and it was just sort of a nice little feature that they put together.
Yeah,
had nice kind of music in the background, very soft. It didn't get you all hyped up like the original trailer when that came out.
Right.
But it was kind of a nice little look in at some quick behind the scenes stuff. It was cool. Listen, I mean, everybody's incredibly excited for Star Wars. There's nothing
even
that's
like
going to,
minor Star Wars fans are just super excited.
Nothing's
he hasn't
gonna
seen a
change
Star Wars
that.
movie,
So I don't count. I don't count. I don't count.
God, the more I learn about you, the less I'm impressed.
I thought I told you in the last episode I'd never seen it.
He tried to block it out. And
I know.
I love Space.
You probably did. But yeah, I know. You love the spoof on Star Wars, but not the.
He hasn't watched the original,
Right.
So you don't even know why it's spoofing it. Your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Yeah.
I know enough about Star Wars to understand the comedy in Spaceballs.
Yeah,
I do know a little bit about
merchandising.
Yeah,
I know a little bit about it.
It was just a cool little look in. It wasn't, I don't know if I expected them to drop another trailer.
No, I
but
didn't know.
I don't think I think
if they do, they'll do something at D23. They might do something a little bit, but they just released that trailer a couple months ago.
Right.
I don't know if they'll do
maybe one more.
How far are we out? Less than 6 months,
Christmas, right?
So we're less than 6 months.
Yeah, 5.
They'll drop one more.
I would think they'll maybe in a month or two they might drop another one. I don't know when D20. I think it's next month, so they might drop something there that might be just for the fans.
But
that will get leaked.
This was cool though. This was just it was a nice little feature. I enjoyed it. It gave you a little bit of a peek behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It was cool.
What did you think, Chad?
I hated it. No, I'm just kidding. I actually
gonna suck.
I actually liked it a lot.
Harrison Ford is old. The guy under the Chewbacca mask looks like a dick.
There was no Pizza the Hut. There was
no Pizza the Hut.
No, I liked it. I thought it was a good little thing to show people. It didn't show a lot, but it showed enough where they get people more excited about the movie. And
I wouldn't say that this clip, this little behind the scenes clip, got me excited for the movie more than it just got me excited to see what's going on behind. Like you got to see Simon Pegg. So that question has been answered if he's going to be in the movie or not, and he sure is. And he said he wasn't going to be. Yeah. He was dressed up in some kind of practical. And I think that's another thing that a lot of people are going to like is that there are so many practical effects in this. They are going back and they are bringing you the practical effects, and they are getting away from. They're going to do the practical and the special effects kind of mix,
showing the building of the Falcon there, which was that was
so cool,
awesome.
And my favorite shot in this little thing that they did. And this is really. I would how you said you like that. You would like to have a poster done of that the scene of Jaws where he's leaning on the little beam and Jaws, and he's getting ready to shoot at him, and that is an amazing shot. What I would like is a picture of J.J. Abrams standing in front of the thing as you have Harrison Ford getting ready to sit down in that. I would love that shot because it looks so cool. Like he's just in there and you can see him watching everything. And this is going to be the mastermind behind this new franchise, or reinvigorating, being the Viagra to this franchise, hopefully get all the fanboys back on, and super happy about these again. I love that shot. I thought that was amazing, and the practical effects side of it, I'm so stoked.
Cool.
I mean,
that's great.
That's what made Star Wars. You had all these practical effects, and on top of that, you had top of the line special effects that weren't abused and overused like they were in the prequels. So I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped about it, and I just liked. It was a fun little clip to watch. It wasn't like anything that I think that was supposed to get people amped, but it was really cool to kind of see like all the behind the scenes stuff, and you get to see all those people again. All right. Batman v Superman. They showed it. They showed the trailer, the next trailer, at Comic-Con, and then 2 hours later, maybe 2 minutes later, they legit came out with the real trailer on YouTube. And in a very short period of time, it had like millions and millions of views. People are so excited for this. There are some haters out there. I don't know what you could hate about this. I think I'll sandwich Chad in the middle because I like his smirk on his face, so I have a feeling he might be saying something a little different than you and I. What do you think about this trailer? Do 8 minutes here.
8.
That's
8 just minutes. For me, the 8.
What do you think about this trailer, Mr. Brian?
I thought this trailer won Comic-Con as far as the big four that we saw. I know a lot of people would disagree because I think there's a lot of people who thought Deadpool did. But see, this is the way I kind of will measure stuff like this is when I'm already incredibly excited for a movie.
Right.
If something else comes out that just even enhances that excitement, that's impressive because, again, Superman being my favorite comic book hero, going up against Batman, who's probably in my top 3 or 4 of comic book heroes.
He's my favorite.
And so, but then the way this trailer was just so perfectly put together, it was phenomenal. It was funny. Not too long after it dropped, a friend of mine sent me a text message with nothing but exclamation points, like 15 or 16 exclamation points with a link to the trailer. And I had already seen it at that point like 3 times. And I was like, I know. It just, oh my God. I remember, this is the anticipation I felt when Man of Steel came out, before Man of Steel. And you may even remember that because, like, leading up to the release of Man of Steel, like, I was putting out shit on Instagram and Facebook with, like, whatever pictures they had available, and I was, like, counting down with days, and oh my God.
Yeah.
This is right up there. And just some of the really, really cool shots. We learned so much more in this trailer than we did with that first one. Finally, we actually got to see more of Affleck.
Yes.
And we got to see more of Batman, which was pretty great. And then, of course, Jesse Eisenberg. So, who I know he's got his critics. I think he's going to knock Lex Luthor out of the park. I think as soon as that was announced, I felt the same way about that announcement that I did about Affleck. I thought, okay, so here's the thing with the Batman role. The hardest part of playing Batman is playing Bruce Wayne. But if you look at Ben Affleck, hey, look, there's Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
That's him. Without any makeup, without any hairstylist, there's Bruce Wayne. So he's got that part covered.
Right.
And I think we all know that pretty much anybody can put out a little, like, angry voice and play Batman.
Because I'm Batman.
Right.
Why are you trying to kill me?
Because I hit you, that's right. But
Fuck
anyway,
you, Bane.
So but when I saw just some of the and I know, like, some people are, like, ripping the whole, Lex Luthor with the hair, and they're like, what's with the hair?
The wig and whatever he's got going on.
The red capes are coming.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so great. Yeah. Now,
red capes
that's
are coming.
now for anybody who doesn't really understand that reference, you're probably just thinking, oh, does that mean Superman's coming? Well, yeah, but it was also sort of a little nod to Paul Revere with the red coats are coming. And so I'm a Revolutionary War nerd, for all you out there.
He's got a flag.
I do. I have multiple Revolutionary War flags that are on a flagpole in my front yard. I will send Shane a picture of that, and he can put that up on the next.
Absolutely.
So you know I'm not kidding.
Excellent.
So when I saw that, I was incredibly excited. That gave me goosebumps. And then I think it's also, of course, a reference to Superman's coming and his followers.
Right.
So just that, everything that I wanted to see in the next B versus S trailer was in it, and I just
versus
couldn't
Bader
be
Ginsburg.
Just right. That's the next one. But this was
Big Bird versus
this was
Snuffleupagus.
phenomenal, and that's saying something when you consider how much I loved the Deadpool trailer.
Right.
But I'm going to be more biased towards this one because you've got, arguably my 2 favorite superheroes going at it in a movie, and I love Cable and I love Affleck as Batman, and I think Jesse's going to be great too.
I had said recently on one of the shows, I think that the Star Wars trailer, not the first teaser that we got, but the second legit trailer that we got was one of the best trailers I've ever seen, at least in the last 10 years. It might be longer. I just don't remember that far back about watching trailers. I thought that was such an amazingly well done trailer.
It really was.
I saw this. Well, let me get into it first. I'm like driving around Waterford. I can't remember exactly what I'm doing. I think I might be going from my in-laws or something like that. And I find out that I had to stop at my brother's because he was getting ready to go to work, but I had to stop and grab a level from him. And I was like, in my car and I'm scrolling through my Facebook feed as my wife is driving. Don't worry, I'm being safe. And I'm scrolling through my Facebook feed and I see Batman vs Superman trailer dropped. I immediately text my brother, "Can I watch the trailer at your house?" I was like, "I can't wait till I get home. Can I watch the trailer at your house?" He's like, "I'm not gonna even let you in my house." He's like, "I'm just gonna throw your level at you." I mean, so of course, but that's just kind of the interaction that we have. I get to his house and he has it on his big 50+ inch screen on his TV, and he uses his PlayStation 2 to go through YouTube, and he pulls it up, puts it on his sound bar, and I'm sitting there watching it. We darken all the room. We get it all dark in there.
You really set the mood. Huh?
Oh my dude, when it comes
I was just on the iPad.
No, when it comes to this stuff, I won't watch the trailers, like these big trailers. I come down here, shut all the lights down, and I watch it on my big 27-inch iMac. Like I'd rather watch it on that with the speakers and all that stuff. So, as a matter of fact,
just getting teary-eyed.
I know, right?
As soon as I
was going to be bad.
As soon as I got back from my brother's, I ran downstairs and watched it again 3 more times. When I got to my brother, I'm watching the 3, and this is how I kind of know how a trailer really affects me, is when I get chills. So I get chills during movies, during trailers and stuff like that. Like I got a couple of chills throughout that Star Wars trailer. I watched this movie. I had 5 different set of chills during this long. It was a long trailer. It was like 3. I was when I saw Batman, Bruce Wayne, not Batman, but Bruce Wayne, seeing all this destruction going on and him running into the whole disaster area. And everybody else is running backwards.
Away,
And I was just like, oh my God, that's freaking Batman. That's Bruce Wayne. He is the hero. He's running in. Has nothing to protect him. He is going to try and save whoever the fuck he can try and save.
Right.
I was so over the moon about that. And then you go in, and then it kind of gives you a little bit more into, Jeremy Irons as Alfred. Kind of
cool choice, by the way.
Great choice. Great voice, and he's so great. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then you have, obviously you see kind of like the transformation. You see Ben Affleck working out in his with stealing the tire.
He's hulking up,
freaking ripped, and he is so big.
He's ripped,
And I loved everything that I saw. I loved the whole interaction between Superman. Kind of, you have how his lady Lois Lane over there is kind of like in his corner, like trying to say, do what you do. You have his mother.
This means something.
Yeah, his mother. She's like, I loved her performance.
Diane
Keaton.
Lane.
Is it?
Lane, not Keaton. Diane Lane's the hot one.
Diane
Keaton's the not
hot one. Okay,
right.
Whatever. Diane Lane.
Diane Lane.
Yeah, so the interaction as his mother, I loved a little back and forth. She's like, be the hope for everybody.
Or don't.
But she's like, or don't, because you don't owe anybody on this planet anything.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, that is like such a great line.
It was a good line.
That's such a great line. And then of course you have the interaction between Batman versus Superman. They are going toe to toe. You can see it. He's in that Metal Gear. He pounds Superman through the little window area,
the roof.
And oh my gosh, I was so. And the thing that concerns me with it is I'm afraid that they are not going to do it like The Dark Knight Returns, where you have Batman win with that iconic line that I played in the last episode that we did on CineTalk episode 12, where he came on and they said that iconic line about like, this is my hand at your throat. I want you to remember who beat you.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to do that so bad. And I'm going to be disappointed if they veer off of it any shape and way or form. I'm going to be very disappointed. I have a feeling Superman is going to win this fight. And that'll make me a little sad in the movie. I'm hoping that I can get over it pretty quickly.
Tissues.
But
big time.
But I loved so much about this trailer. I love that ending scene where Superman rips the doors off of his Batmobile, and Batman just slowly stands up, gets right in his face, and it's like, oh, what's going to happen there? What is going to happen? And then you also have, where you see Batman jumping onto a building, and like all of a sudden you see these, the heat vision kind of, is that Superman? Is it going to be like the doomsday that might get created in this movie?
Yeah. I think they dropped that hint pretty solid, just showing the zipping of the body bag. Yep. I think that's going to happen.
And then you have Wonder Woman who comes out, and they haven't shown much about Wonder Woman. They still have not let her speak
Right.
So I'm a little nervous about that still. But holy shit, did she look like Wonder Woman when she came on and did that boom and that huge explosion? I was so incredibly happy with that. I can't tell you how excited I am for this film. Like I said before, this is, if I only had one film left to watch in my life,
this would be it.
This would be the movie that I would choose. I cannot wait to see Batman vs. Superman. I loved everything about it. You have to admit, one of your big concerns was how he can move in that uniform.
Yeah.
Did you see him move around?
No, it looked
he
good.
was
actually. I'm starting to change my mind a little bit about that uniform. It
looks like it has some give.
Well, not only that, but yeah, I mean, because I know last time I said he looked very bulky and thick, but
when he stood up to Superman, he actually made Superman look small.
I liked I actually kind of like the gray with the black on top of it. It does look. It actually does look pretty cool. I think it's gonna.
I'm so aroused.
I think it's gonna translate well. Yeah, no, we can tell. The table went up a little bit.
I can't get up. I can't get up from my desk. This movie has me so over the moon. Did I even let Chad talk about this?
No, but I really wish I was sandwiched in like you said, because I'm just gonna bring this whole podcast down. Like, it's ridiculous.
I am going to fight you.
I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest with you.
Go ahead, bring it
on.
No,
I don't want to bring it down.
I want to hear what some of the naysayers have to say, so bring it on.
There's going to be some Lex Luthor criticism here.
Yeah.
The red capes are coming.
Sorry. The red capes.
I wish I could get excited as you guys are about this. And I watched it, and I have no desire to see this movie at all. Like,
wow.
I just...
This is one of I said how Star Wars is one of my favorite. I said how Star Wars, that trailer, was one of my favorites of all time.
You've angered him.
I said how Star Wars.
Release the beast within the Chad.
Let me fucking talk.
Stop masturbating the microphone. It's awkward.
So I had said how Star Wars, that trailer, was one of the best of all time. This one is right up there with that as far as a trailer goes.
I agree.
A way it was cut.
I agree.
Go ahead. So you were disappointed.
It wasn't that I was disappointed. I was
just appointed.
No, I watched it and I didn't get the excitement that you guys got. Superman for me is not exciting for me. I'm not saying he's not exciting. I mean, for me myself, I'm talking for me. I don't find him exciting. I don't find him like, oh man, that's Superman. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's just the way that
that's
you guys,
Superman, blah, blah, blah.
Like, you guys are so passionate about it. Like, I just don't get that passion. Like, I just don't.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
Superman. Blah blah blah.
See, that's why I didn't want to talk about this last, because I didn't. Out of these 4 trailers, like, honestly, like, in my honest opinion, it was probably number 3 for me. It was above X-Men, but Deadpool was definitely my favorite by far, and then Suicide Squad I thought was right up there too. And this just didn't do anything for me. Like,
well, at least Suicide Squad has Batman in it.
And I text you about that.
Right. There he was on top
he's
of the
like,
car.
I don't get this.
I did not understand it. Like, I
Batman?
saw Batman, and I'm like, why is Batman in this movie? I thought there was a Batman versus Superman coming out. Like, I didn't realize he was in 2 movies.
What he doesn't realize about Ben Affleck is that he's a multitasker.
Yeah, I just didn't.
Ben gets around.
It
can't wait.
From studio to studio.
I can't wait to see.
It did not sink in my head, like,
I can't wait
at all.
to see the
he was
Batman
going to be
solo
in 2 movies.
Yeah,
picture
yeah.
that
So he's going to probably, I'm guessing minimum, Ben Affleck as Batman, I'm guessing minimum 4 films. That'd be my guess.
I was going to.
If you include Suicide Squad,
I think, yeah, because I think he's going to direct. I think he's going to direct the Batman.
He's going to do 2 solos.
Well, he might do
Suicide Squad and Dawn of Justice.
Well, you have the Justice League coming too.
Oh, that too. So
yeah, he's probably 4 included.
I'm gonna say I might bump that up to minimum of 5 because I think he's going to do 2 Batman solos.
I mean, I know WB loves him.
They're just going to be crazy money.
They love him. So
yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see this movie. I'm like,
I wonder where
so exhausted
he will
now
rank.
after my.
I wonder where Affleck will rank at the end of the day. After all the smoke clears from his Batman acting career, where will he rank as Batman?
If the trailer tells me anything, number 1.
I suppose it's hard for me to put anybody past Keaton.
When he was running towards.
No.
Oh my gosh, that was like so Bruce Wayne.
You know what? Actually, the scene that I liked the most, I liked that, but I liked when he was reading the newspaper and it said, "You let your family die." And the way his head popped up, you could see the anger.
So
is building.
angry. That, and when he comes up to the Robin statue that's sitting there, and it says, "Haha, the joke's on you." Like, okay, Robin got killed. Like he killed somebody. Like Joker killed the Robin character, and that might be why he's in retirement.
Maybe.
The whole
There's
thing.
so much we're gonna love when
there
we
was
watch
so
it.
much that gave you in this, but didn't give you away any like real parts of the movie.
Just amazing how much we can speculate about Doomsday just seeing a body bag unzipped and seeing Zod's head.
And then you got that blast. It's not because it didn't look like Batman was in his metal suit when that blast happened. Right. And that's when when they fought. Granted, Superman could have ripped that metal suit off of him, but I don't think that's Superman.
By the way, what's the over/under on running time for this movie? I'm gonna guess
2.5 hours.
2.5. Yeah, easy.
I think it has to be 2.5 hours.
I think we're going over.
It's
going to be fine by me.
I want it less than 3 hours. Because I think then you need it to be in as many screenings as possible. Yeah. And if you start getting to that 3 hour level, you're just losing so many times that people can watch a movie. So I think if you keep it in that 2:20 to 2 hour and 30 minute level, I think you're pretty good.
Yep.
I just can't wait to see this movie. I want to see it so bad.
I'm with you.
I'm going to watch the trailer after this. I just can't wait to see it. After all of that talk and everything.
The Cinebros are going to go together.
Well,
I don't know how many times I'm going to see that movie, but
I can tell you right now, I'll see it at least 5 times in the theater, at least.
What's the over/under 1 for me?
I don't know, but
it's actually a really good bet.
If you fall asleep in that theater, I am punching you.
Listen, the only way that I'm going to see this movie is if the Cinebros funds it and pays for me.
He looked at me weird when I said we're going together, and I thought it was because you're not. I thought he was thinking you're not a Cinebro yet.
No.
And then I was like,
you're part of
it. I forgot he doesn't want to go.
No, you're part of the family.
Okay,
but I'm not.
Hold on. That's a relief. This might be the plumber.
We said we voted and we thought you should have answered it like Bane.
No. Not the insurance adjuster.
Why are you calling me in the middle of my podcast?
I am going to need as much help from that insurance adjuster as possible. All right. So after...
The basement is leaking. More entertainment studios have been flooded.
There's moisture everywhere.
There's that word.
I'm so moist.
Oh.
I'm bad moist.
Continue.
I wish it would rain down in here.
Don't say that. Don't say that. All right. So what we did
shitty
see.
Water coming.
It's not going to be shitty water. It's from a pipe, not from the waste. Anyway, after viewing all of this stuff, after talking about it, who do you think won Comic-Con this time? I mean, we have, out of the main ones, Star Wars, all that kind of stuff, all the trailers that we got to see. I'll start off with Mr. Brian Christina himself.
About the studios?
Yeah. Which studio?
So was it WB or Marvel or Fox or Disney?
Disney.
WB. So, because we're including...
They coupled it. Yeah.
So, we've got Dawn of Justice, we've got Suicide Squad, and actually, believe it or not, I don't know if we're good. Well, I guess we are getting into it. Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yes, we're going to talk about that
because that's WB. Too. So I'm going to actually say that one kind of bumped it up above Marvel for me, which was close because Marvel definitely had quite the presence.
I mean, Marvel, the MCU. I mean, if you're talking Deadpool, that's Fox.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Fox Studios,
I hate the delineation of those two. It just annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah. Well, I like it.
When I do my article for my Marvel top 10, which will be after I watch Ant-Man.
It's not going to be the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's just Marvel movies.
Marvel movies. There's not going to be any. Oh well, this one was Fox, and this one was.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
I want to make that clear.
But that, like, when you have, like they had some people at, for Marvel, like it's not going to be like that's from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's owned by
people
Disney.
Get all worked up about that shit.
I do.
It's a Marvel-based character.
It is, but it's owned by a different company.
God damn it!
Different.
He's
studio.
one of them.
He is one of them. I was just about to tell you. You're arguing with one of them, right?
I'm not going to argue with him. There's no argument.
So who do you think won? Who do you think won?
I'll have to go with Fox, I guess, just because
of Deadpool.
Yeah, because of Deadpool. I mean, yeah, I mean, just to listen to the crowd itself and the way they were cheering and laughing, and
they definitely got the loudest. Deadpool, from what everybody that I've heard that was in Hall H, Deadpool got the loudest ovation. They got a standing ovation, so much so they actually had to play the trailer twice.
Well, that's the clip we saw. Where the guys
you saw the rerun
again.
Yeah,
I think the loudest was when they saw Jared Leto in the Suicide Squad, though.
Well,
I mean, in the leaked version,
if
you
maybe
watch
the
that,
audio was turned up a little bit.
It was.
I didn't hear that.
Amazing. Like the whole place was clapping. Like it was pretty wild.
From what I understand, like even the Batman vs Superman trailer, like everybody loved it, gave it a huge clap. You know, but Deadpool, everybody was so over the moon about it that. Over the moon. I said over the moon. You got a drink. Everybody.
Twice, by the way, you've said over the moon.
They said it. They said it so over the moon that they actually had to play it again. They had to play the trailer again, and that never happens. But Chris Hardwick was like, "Nope, I'm here with the microphone. We're gonna play it again because everybody loved it that much." And I think people have been chomping at the bit for that for such a long time that finally getting it.
Yep.
I personally think that WB won as well, due to the fact that Suicide Squad, people were pretty excited about that, and then you have Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. Like I said, I was like a goosebump by the end of that trailer the first time I watched it. I was a giant goosebump. It was ridiculous, and
can you work a visual in for that?
What's the opposite of getting goosebumps?
When you're fully editing and you just Google giant goosebump, whatever image you find that appeals to you most, I would like for you to put that on the screen.
That could be a very disturbing image.
Right between you and Chad. Right there in the middle.
Big goosebump.
I'm pointing at it now. It's not there, but I'm pointing at it.
Yes, right here. Big giant goosebump.
Big goosebump.
A big goosebump right here.
Chad looks like he's probably going to pop the goosebump.
It's not a zip.
All right, so I feel like WB won just due to the fact the Suicide Squad and Batman vs Superman. Man from U.N.C.L.E, that trailer was really good. I mean, did you like it? Did you? I liked it. It was a long trailer.
It was a long trailer.
But it didn't give away a ton of the movie.
Yeah,
I think it just showed some good. It actually showed some long scenes. It had like 2 long clips, and then it kind of gave you a little bit of
big
like the
flurry at the end.
Yeah.
All those quick action shots.
Oh man, it was
the crescendo of the music. And
I'm sitting there. I'm like, whoa, hey, whoa.
It was cool.
Superman and the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
For me, I got like I got a Kingsman vibe out of it.
Yeah,
with,
a little
with,
bit.
with
Yeah,
an Archer vibe too. Like,
oh yeah.
Like it was like very archery,
kind
like
of playing that Archer character. Kind of a little bit almost. Yeah.
Going back to before, I would love to see an Archer movie.
That would be great. That's like right on the Deadpool level, kind of.
Do you want to know? I want to just share this little quick conversation that my wife and I had last night because we're both CW nerds and we love Arrow and the Flash.
I love Arrow.
I
want to do. You know what I really want to do? I want to do that because it's too late to do like an Arrow after show. It's too late to do a Flash after show because those have already come out. We already got the first full season.
Right.
We could start, but I mean, Arrow's going into season 4.
Right.
Flash going to season 2.
Right.
The Legends.
Yeah.
I love tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yep. I want to start doing an after show for that.
So
like 45 minutes and just.
I'm assuming at the end, and this will obviously never happen because it didn't happen before with when they were casting for Man of Steel. I know my wife and I were secretly pulling for Tom Welling, which we knew would never happen. But we were joking like how great would it be in the end credits of Batman versus Superman if you got like Stephen Amell as the Arrow, and, like the Justice League, and then the Flash. Oh, it'd be so great. I mean, it won't happen because they are obviously not going to play those roles.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say obviously, but 99% chance no, because they won't do that. They won't. They're not going to pull from the CW.
They're not. Yeah, they said they're not going to do it. But Stephen Amell.
It's too bad though, because Stephen Amell is such a great Arrow.
Stephen Amell, he is great, and the new suit that he has is
that's
amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks awesome.
And I am.
So there's your spoiler alert. I guess he's going to be the Arrow again.
Aaron, a guy who actually is a friend of mine. He actually is also a fan of the Cinebros. Aaron Tiesi, he actually said that he actually called that him coming out, kind of in a mixture of the two uniforms,
Yeah.
like his old and his new kind of, and then making it his own. And
Very
now he's going to be
cool.
the Green Arrow.
It looks
Oh
cool.
man, I can't wait to see that. It's going to be so cool.
It looks good.
And I Stephen Amell keeps saying, like, you know, we might do some sort of cross. So I don't know if they have down the road, like 5, 6, 7 years from now, doing an alternate universe. Like,
So
and-
the one thing, I mean, I don't understand why. And okay, maybe it will happen eventually. So I shouldn't get all worked up about it. But you know, you've got this sort of banked stuff with Smallville. Why would you not? First of all, by the way, Tom Welling isn't doing anything right now.
Nope.
So
He'd be cheap.
Yes, he would probably be less expensive than he was when he was actually filming 10 seasons worth of Smallville.
Mm-hmm.
But why not pull him in for a crossover? Have Superman show up on Arrow or the Flash or all of it. Because the crossovers that they have done with Arrow and Flash are just phenomenal.
They're great. That's why I can't wait for the
Phenomenal.
Legends one.
Oh my god,
that is going to be
it's
so
sick.
epic.
Did you see the little that little it wasn't even part of an episode, but it was like that 5-minute thing they put together where they were
Yes.
like the Fight Club kind of thing. Oh my god,
so
how
good.
great was that?
So good.
It was so great, and but that shows you like the camaraderie that they have within that whole, you know, between those two shows.
Arrow-
Like you
Arrow
can tell
is
those
still my
guys
favorite.
love their job.
Arrow is still my favorite, but I will say that Flash's first season was better than Arrow's first season.
So, can we speculate, even just for fun,
ahead,
on
yeah.
what you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, I think end
Chad's
scene,
zoning
end
out.
scene, end scene of Batman versus Superman. I do think we're going to have some crossover stuff. I think we're going to see Flash, maybe Arrow, maybe both.
You're going to see Aquaman in this.
I was just-
in
Well,
this
he's going
movie.
to be in the movie.
He's going to be in
though,
the
right?
movie.
Yeah.
I believe. What's his name? Oh fuck. His name is not Ezra Miller, is it? There is rumors that they already casted Flash, and he's going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
As a very small part.
small
Like
part.
you're going to have him, you're going to have Aquaman, and they said one other. I can't remember, but I do think you're going to have some. And I think you're almost guaranteed an after credits
No.
of something.
It's just a question of what?
Maybe Batman and Superman
Hugging it out?
being maybe even in their Clark Kent
Throwing it
and
out?
Bruce Wayne, as their their real people.
Yeah, right.
Not their other.
Having lunch at a cafe.
Yeah. They might. That would be awesome.
And,
They did. They
and
did
next thing you know,
I would love it if
Oliver
they-
Queen walks up.
I would love it if they had
Barry
like,
Allen and Oliver Queen are just
They
kind of
did
walking down the
I would
street.
love it if they did the super cafe like they do it with the How It Should Have Ended, where they have them come in and they sit down at the cafe and they
Yeah.
kind of sit there and talking back and forth in their costumes and their uniforms, just kind of chilling out. That would be amazing if they had something like that. And then
That was quite a fight we had, huh?
and then
That escalated
hey,
quickly.
we're pretty good. We fight each other. We kind of hang on. We're doing pretty good. Why don't we form a team? So this way, if anything goes really crazy, we can kind of combat that. Especially since you're an alien. We might want to prepare for other aliens.
Right.
I think that would be great. I would love it. I would love it.
Do you have any thoughts about NC? Nope.
No.
Never mind.
I can't believe you've never seen Daredevil. I'm still like amazed by that.
I haven't had
movie
the
or
chance
the
yet.
No,
Netflix thing?
The Netflix show.
I saw the movie. I actually own it. I own the director's cut. It's better than the original.
I didn't hate Daredevil.
I really disliked the original.
I didn't hate it.
And then
I think it was the original I seen.
and then I got the director's cut, and I was told that was the way to watch this movie. You actually got more of the
Did you like
director's
Colin
vision.
Farrell? I loved Colin Farrell.
I did not.
No? I
No.
thought he was good.
He was like the worst part for me in that movie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't buy him as
I loved Michael Clark Duncan
Michael
as
Clark Duncan, yeah.
Kingpin. He
Kingpin.
was great. He was
Yeah.
great. Anyway, as we've talked about all these movies, we kind of went over the Man from U.N.C.L.E. a little bit. That was also one of the ones that was one of the trailers that was shown, and we kind of watched it just before.
I like the Kingsman comparison, by the way. It had that feel to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little
which is-
bit. It
and I think it's-
does a little bit.
It looks like it'll be good.
So, with all of that stuff, we say that WB won Comic-Con. That's probably 3 years in a row that we think that WB Comic. There was talk that Fox, they did show X-Men Apocalypse, that kind of clip. They did show the Deadpool clip, the trailer. Which of these movies that kind of debuted, which one do you think will make the most money at the box office? That is, you have Star Wars, you have Batman vs. Superman, you have the Suicide Squad, you have Deadpool, you have all of these movies that were kind of released. Which one do you think will make the most money? And Approximately how much? Not the U.S. box office. We're talking
Worldwide.
worldwide.
I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's Star Wars. Like, I think it's gonna shatter records, even though I'm not gonna contribute to that. But
How did you choose him exactly?
I will
hate
not
you.
be getting my money.
I mildly like movies. You're in.
I might slide.
You're my co-host.
You know what? You know what?
I've watched an occasional movie.
You know what? I might go to it just because I get the pass and I don't have to pay for it. So maybe I will go.
Good grief.
No. Maybe I will go and view it.
Oh wow! That's,
But I think it's gonna.
what a grand
Several
gesture.
weeks after when you can actually get in with it.
I think Superman Batman. I think it's gonna do very, very well. But I think Star Wars is gonna blow it out of the
All right.
water.
So with that being said,
What's your
which one do you
dollar
think will do better opening weekend?
Opening weekend.
Because you have Star Wars opening up on Christmas, which the highest total like grossing opening weekend for any movie is like under 100 million. It's like ridiculous, like $70 million or something like that.
Yeah,
it might be even less than
It's
that.
gonna blow that out of the.
And it should. But which one do you think will make more opening weekend? Because you have Batman vs Superman being released in the summer, or at the beginning of summer. But you have.
Star Wars.
You think Star Wars gonna make
Yeah.
more opening weekend?
Yeah. Big time. I think it blows it away.
Huh.
I
I think both might make over 200 million opening weekend.
yeah.
I mean,
easily.
I'm sorry. I think Star Wars might opening weekend make over 300 million. I think Batman vs Superman, if we get another trailer that's on this level, that might do the same.
Eh.
What
I
do
don't
you
think
think
it'll
about
be that high, but-
worldwide box office?
I've got eye-popping numbers in mind. For
Yeah.
both of those. I think it's clear that those are 1, 2.
Yep.
I see Star Wars just trouncing the world record.
You think it's going to beat Avatar?
I don't see that. I don't see that happening.
Maybe.
That's like 2.5 billion or
I
something like
I
that.
don't see that happening.
I see it, maybe not that, but I see it at 2 billion.
Yeah.
I definitely see it at 2 billion.
Yeah.
There's the fan base for that movie is
It has almost 8 weeks.
So here's the
like
here's
near
the
no
other
competition.
thing.
Yeah.
Deadpool comes out February 12th.
See, here's the other thing with this particular Star Wars movie. When they put the prequels out, those obviously made huge coin.
I think most of them are over $1 billion.
But this one is drawing you back to the original cast, and you've got new blood.
Yeah.
This is a perfect
Practical
storm.
effects, everything. Yeah.
And the Disney machine behind it. How is it? And J.J. Abrams. I mean, this is.
Well, J.J. Abrams. I mean, some people kind of get
see,
mad.
but I'm on the I love J.J.
Yeah,
Abrams
I like
boat.
him.
So,
I like him.
And I'm
love
almost,
his passion for the project.
I'm kind of like in one of those worlds where like J.J. Abrams could do no wrong.
Wow.
So to me, this movie's making $2 billion, and it's going to beat Batman and Superman by a total global amount by a $500 million.
So you
which
think,
means that
so
I
you
also think
that
that's going to make
yeah.
1.5.
Yeah.
Do you think? So you think that
And it's gonna-
Batman vs Superman won't?
it's gonna have a bigger opening weekend.
Will be on like where Avengers was,
Yep.
because that's where that was.
One
at
and a half?
1.5.
I got a
1.5.
question.
I think Suit Star Wars is going
shall
to
we just look it up?
break. It's going to break $2 billion.
Yeah. I
I
don't even know if there's any doubt about that.
I would need one more trailer in order to know if I think it's going to break
top Avatar.
Avatar, because Avatar is a long. I mean, you're talking. It needs to do really well for 3 months.
Yeah, it has to be
have a
sustained.
long. Like it has to start.
and it
off-
has to be good.
It has to start off at 300 million, and then it has to slow, like go from 300 million to 200 million
200,
to
right, right,
150 to 125, and like
and then it may have to spike again at some
and
point too.
I think, and then it'll have to have a steady like 30 to 50 million
right,
for a while.
50, 50,
yeah,
50,
yeah.
50, 40, 40, 40. Yeah, it's going to have to do that.
Because
I
that's
think
what Avatar started off really high. It was like 70 million or something like that, but it didn't do like 200 million over,
went-
and then it just
nuts.
stayed at like 40 million forever.
Right. But didn't it have a good kick though, like in the second week?
I think
After word got out, like, wow, this is a visual wonder.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly. I mean, I just know that it was steady for like ridiculous amount of time, like something like 15 weeks at #1 or something like that. It was just steadily at 30 to 50
I can tell you that I
forever.
want this movie to pass Avatar. Well,
Yeah,
first of
me
all,
too.
I mean, Avatar, Actually, the way
I thought it was just okay.
Visually,
Visually was good.
Visually stunning.
Visually was great, but the
I
story was
thought
just
the
okay.
IMAX
story didn't do
IMAX
much
was
for me.
incredible to watch. Then, the story itself, I wasn't too enthused
Yeah,
about.
I mean, Star Wars.
Star Wars belongs.
number one.
Number
it does,
one. It
and
does.
I think it will. I just think that I think where I'm going to get. And this is probably me being biased towards Batman. I really think that Batman vs Superman is going to be the highest
Superhero movie of all time?
What are you doing?
No, I was gonna play a game.
I think it's I think it's going to be the highest superhero movie of all time. I think you'll get close to $2 billion.
I do too.
I think it's going to be there. I think
thing that I'm
better, and especially if it's good. Oh.
Well, see, I'm desperately hoping it's good because, and not just a moneymaker, because anything can make money and not be good.
Right.
But I hope that it's good because I'm a DC guy, so I desperately want to see DC at least make up some ground on Marvel, which is, I mean, Marvel is off to and that's if this were a race, Marvel would be really far ahead probably.
Yeah.
But I would like to see DC make up some ground in the coming years, especially with this Justice League.
I mean,
the Batman solos.
For me, my favorite comic book movie of all time is The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I mean, what's yours? Your favorite comic book movie?
Superman 2.
Superman 2. So
Yeah,
I mean, we're both very DC.
I mean,
and
Christopher Reeve.
I think a lot of people have. It's either Avengers or Dark Knight that are number one for them on most people's lists.
Yeah.
The Avengers for me is in the top 5. It's not even in the top 3.
I mean, if
so.
it was, I mean, I'd have to really think about like what my top 5
Yeah,
superhero
we'll
movies
get-
of all
we'll get
time
your-
are. I can
your
tell you
Marvel
though that
ones,
probably my two though, my top 2 at least are both DC because one would be Superman 2, and then 2 would be the first Batman with Michael Keaton. That'd be my number 2. Those are probably my 2 favorite.
The weird thing is
I went to see that 7 times in the theater. I have
Wow.
never come close to seeing anything that many times in the
I
theater.
saw Wedding Crashers 7 times in the theater.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, the artwork down here dictates that probably
And all the
happened.
Batman stuff, and yeah, I just got some new Star Wars stuff too. That's
I'm going to ask you something right now.
Yep.
For charity.
For the kids.
Let's do a contest
For the kids.
for
The
us
kids.
and the guests from here until up to the movie, I guess. Everybody throws in $25, and whoever comes closest to the actual opening weekend,
actual retail price.
opening weekend, gets to pick the charity that the money goes to.
That's a nice cause.
Okay.
I'm with that.
All right.
Now, our guests put in $25, and they make a. It will.
I don't have $25 on me now.
No. You don't need it until December.
I don't. I've got so much time to save.
We don't know.
God.
We don't know the funds that all of our guests have. Are you comfortable with $25?
I think $25 is good.
I'm
I
fine
know,
with
but
that.
you like to just
Until
throw money
December. I
around.
mean, you could put $1 away every week.
so we don't have to give the money until December.
Yeah,
I thought we were gonna put it in like a bucket or something.
we could put the guest money in a bucket if they want. If they don't want to, they can
every
put it
episode leading up to December, we just drop a couple bucks more in. Do it in stages.
until you're at the 25.
Until you've hit 25.
But your predictions have got to be when you're the guest on the show. So we need your prediction right now. We're gonna give our predictions now too.
Well, we got to write them down then. We got to.
I'm gonna put it right down right now. I got the little list going.
All right, so what are we doing?
We're gonna do opening weekend Star Wars, domestic only.
Okay.
Okay.
Domestic only. We're gonna go. We'll go down to, because obviously we should break it down to like. We'll go millions, maybe down to point.
How about
Two numbers after the point.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Is that good, right?
Well, that should eliminate any potential tie-breaking
Yeah.
issues. Yeah, that should.
And you can
So
be
if
over
it-
in this contest. You can be
So
over.
like you would say like 100,000,000.25.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Yes. I'll go first since I came up.
I think
with
you
it.
should.
All right, I'm gonna go. I put Shane's name down first, but I'm gonna go.
That's because I'm awesome.
I'm gonna go Chad.
Go alphabetically. No.
I'm gonna go Chadwick.
I would go first then. I don't want to
I'm
go
going
first.
Chadwick. I'm gonna go
nervous.
domestic. Only domestic. Or do you want to do worldwide?
No, we can do domestic. Domestic because worldwide is tough opening.
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
Tough, yeah.
Open weekend domestic.
For which one are we starting
Star
with?
Wars.
Star Wars. Okay.
Are we doing that and Batman vs Superman?
No, just
Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta come up with it over here.
Ding 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 ding.
All right, I got mine. I'm going 287.45 in the millions.
What is it?
287.45.
Wow, number.
That is an impressive number.
That's a monster domestic number.
From 1/3 of the creator of Pentatron.
We'll go Shane next because
No, we are going with the guest.
No, we'll let the guest go last.
Why?
Go
He's
ahead.
not even a guest. He's part of the Cinebros.
Apparently,
part of the staff. Oh, he doesn't like that. Did you sense the jealousy? I guess.
All right, Shane, we're gonna have you go next because you're the official here.
Opening weekend. It comes out, I think it's the 17th or the 18th. That's the week before Christmas.
He's trying to factor in,
We're gonna fast
maybe
forward.
there's some bad weather.
We're gonna
It
fast
could
forward
prevent
through
people
some
from-
of this.
The weather, that's the big thing, is that there is weather. It usually doesn't happen until after, like in January, but it could happen in December. And weather could be a big factor. That could take $50 million away from the box office.
Easily.
If the New England gets hit with a storm. Shit. No, I'm going big or going home. I'm going to say it is going to do. This is such a ballsy prediction. 305.50 at the box office.
There it goes.
Opening weekend.
It's official.
And this will also hurt me because if I know the runtime of the movie, if it's 3 hours, I would have taken $60 million off of that.
Well, you can put another 25 in and get another prediction later on if you want. Right? It's going. It's going.
So,
If you want to put another one in, then comes closer. You can put one a week before if you want. And
Yeah, maybe as it gets colder, maybe because it's for a good cause. Maybe I'll do it.
Exactly. The winner gets to choose their whatever charity they want to donate it to. There's already $75 in the pot right now.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money already.
Well, not really, because I only have like $8 in my wallet right now. So
That's 8 more than I got.
we're just gonna throw like $2 in every episode.
I think that's how we should do it. Just randomly drop cash in the bucket throughout the show.
Throughout the whole show, just make it rain.
Just make it rain. Do it in slow motion, Shane.
All right, we're gonna go Pentatron. What's your?
I'm gonna go lower than you guys.
All right.
Not a lot.
Like I said before, there's no such thing as going over.
it's just whoever's closest.
It's just whoever's the closest.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. A lot of sevens here. 277.77.
There you go.
That
Lucky
is a
number
lot of
sevens.
sevens.
Yeah.
We got Doug next.
That's very Mickey Mantle of you.
Next episode, we got Doug, and I have a feeling Doug's gonna get in this game.
Yeah.
He'll get in it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Get in
He'll
it.
throw a number on
Get
there.
in it good.
Yeah, he'll get a good number in there.
All right.
Now, the original Star Wars came out in 1977, I believe, so that was a slight homage to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Now, if I'm wrong about that, that just looks stupid.
do we have anything else on our agenda, or
No,
we pretty much done?
That is it. That is the last of our agenda for the recap of San Diego Comic-Con, which is one of my favorite weeks of the year. And I was so disappointed when I got home 4 hours after the ticket sales went, and I unfortunately was not as cool as Ron Burgundy.
Sneak the batteries in
And
there at some
unfortunately,
point.
I did not
me too.
get tickets because I wanted to go. Me and the whole family were going to go.
What was this for?
San Diego Comic Con.
San-
4 hours after they were all sold out. After 4 hours of,
Are you going to see Ant-Man this week?
it made like something like $186 million. This convention made.
Are you going to see Ant-Man this week?
Yes.
Where are you going to see it?
Manchese?
Do you want to go? Are you going to go see it this week? Are you going to see it Thursday or no?
So it looks like my friend texted me during the show saying I think he got me passes. So
Oh, he did?
For that's it. I think it's tomorrow,
Oh wow,
6 o'clock, in Manchese, in the 040. Yeah,
wow,
I think so.
lucky.
You need them? I don't know how many he can get me, but I think a lot. I think. I think he's got
Okay.
a few. It sounds like these are.
I have tomorrow off.
So I'm gonna,
Family.
oh, now I'm in.
Guest, fuck this guy. Wipes the whole desk clean.
He's no longer a guest. He's a co.
You can get me to see Ant-Man.
He's the co-host.
His hand goes under the table.
What's gonna happen if I can get him Deadpool tickets? I'm gonna get mounted on the show. Edit that out.
Behind the sheets are moving over here.
I already have tickets for the IMAX theater on Thursday, but
Let me just
let me
verify
know.
that, but I'll let you know.
I will see what I can do.
If that's the case tomorrow, I'll probably get there at 3 because
Of the yeah.
they wouldn't show it in IMAX there, right? For
No,
actually,
not
so
usually.
according to this, he said it's 6 o'clock, which is an hour earlier. So I would probably have to get there at 2 or 3.
All right, I'll see what I can. I'll need to double check with the old nanny and see
right.
if she can take care of my my chillins at that time.
Yeah,
So let me know because I would definitely want to do that.
yeah,
All right,
I will. I'm
cool.
on it.
Yeah, let me know. I cap this off at the testicles of Penetron and. Penetron. So yes, we I think as we are going to sign off, I mean, where can people find you on the interweb?
It's all the same on Twitter. It's Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram are all the same.
Straight
It's
flexing.
Yep, it's DJ Dizzle82, and then on Snapchat it's Sir Chadwick82, and then I Periscope a little bit now, so you can find me on Periscope.
He dabbles.
That's through Twitter. Just find me on Twitter, and you can find my Periscope. I guess I don't really know how you find people on it, but
All right. What about you, Brian? I have your Twitter handle up here, and I'm going to put it on right now. So
which is at the Bryman with underscores.
You got a lot of underscores on that.
Yeah,
Underskeezies.
Really the funny part is I don't even know my ridiculous Instagram name. Oh, it's BKC8377. So there's that, and then Facebook. Just search my name.
Search my name.
There are a few Brian Christinas out there,
Hopefully,
which I thought was weird. I friended one of them actually. Turns out he's a Buffalo Bills fan.
nice.
wow.
Yeah, which
There's
is
not many of those.
no, and I'm a Dolphins fan, so we're like.
And I'm a
enemies that-
Lions fan.
I'm a
Enemies
Buffalo
that
Bills
share
fan.
the
Just a
same
bunch
name.
of crap team fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you a fan of?
Bills.
You want to do a real bet? Which one of our 3 teams wins the Super Bowl first?
Well,
You want to talk about a glowing pot?
with
And then the pot grows like every year.
with the talent level right now, I'm gonna have to say the Detroit Lions.
Amazingly.
Because of-
I would agree with that.
Yeah, the talent level.
The Bills
but
have a fucking
Bills are
tough
coming.
defense, though, man.
They're getting there. They
just
keep
live in a
slowly improving.
shitty fucking place.
I went to that stadium once. We saw the game, then play the Giants. High scoring game, snowing, raining, sleeting. Like, it was so miserable. My wife was pregnant, like 7 months pregnant with my son. It was ridiculous. Might have been like 8
Did you see the
months.
report that came out last week? Emory University did a study about who the worst fans were, and I didn't even need to read that to know it was Dolphin fans. Well, here's the weird part. The Dolphin fans in the Northeast are outrageously passionate, like myself.
Yeah.
In Florida, they're the worst. There is no home field advantage in Florida. It's
Wow.
Oh, you're talking about
Whoever
just
the-
like the bad fans.
the worst
All right,
fans,
okay.
the worst fan base.
right.
Probably, I don't know what factors went into it, but
It's like the Tampa Bay Rays, where
But
they
I
have
was-
nobody.
I could have told you the Dolphins were the worst.
Except for Dick Vitale.
They are not only the worst fan base in the NFL, they are the worst fan base in sports.
Wow.
The Dolphin fans are hideous, unsupportive assholes. Now, a lot of that comes from years and years of negativity, and
Right.
you know.
Were they that way when Dan Marino was there?
No,
No.
it was after that because
Yeah.
in the Marino era they were probably great fans.
Yeah.
That fan base would have been ranked higher. Had Emory University done that study at the time, it would have been a different story.
Greatest quarterback never to win a Super Bowl.
But, all right, we don't need to talk about that.
No, I'm just saying. It's-
Yeah, I'm aware.
I put him in my top like 3 or 4 quarterbacks. Period.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't need to talk about that. It's really depressing, and it
All
brings
right,
me to a
so
sad place.
where you
a
can
dark
find me
place.
is you can find me pretty much everywhere at the Cinebros. The Cinebros, the Cinebros, the
He's
Cinebros.
like Daddy. He raids us in.
Yeah, you have Twitter, the Cinebros,
Kids.
Instagram, the Cinebros, Periscope, the Cinebros. I'm just gonna go off their camera now. Now we're just
gonna move over here.
straight
Are
over
you going to
me.
turn the microphone off, dickhead?
Turn off the mute. There we go. So you
love you.
can find me everywhere at
Me
the
no
Cinebros.
like.
Should we do a little Bane Batman exchange before you sign off? I'm the government. Why would you want to shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane?
I feel so left out. I can't do any imitations of any superhero.
I can't either. They're not because I'm Batman.
I can do my Superman one. Up, up, and away. Is that what he says? Or is that Underdog?
I think it was.
Or Mighty Mouse, maybe.
Mighty Mouse. Yeah. We need a Mighty Mouse movie.
Ooh.
Yes.
They had an underdog
Play
one.
Mighty Mouse.
No,
Or,
it wasn't that good.
What was
Who'd
Speedy
be the-
Gonzalez?
Who'd be the voice of Mighty Mouse?
Talk about such a racist.
Roadrunner.
It'd be racist just to
Wiley.
imitate it.
Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Good live action.
I would
Get
love
real.
that.
Beep, beep. Get a real Roadrunner and a
Doing all the
coyote.
Acme
Yeah.
Corporation.
I'd
All right. So anyway, you can find us everywhere. It's at the Cinebros as well.
Let's just keep going. Let's
Yeah,
just keep
Facebook.com/theCinebros.
Random rants and rave reviews. We didn't have one of those.
No, but that's
Or was this whole
I
thing
think
a
we did a
random
lot
rant?
of that again.
Yeah, we did a lot of that.
Next show, we will do our random rants and rave reviews. And hopefully...
Doug's not a ranter or a raver.
Who's Doug?
Doug is very serious to the point.
No, he's not. He was a good guest. He was the first guest that got us what? Like we broke like 300 views.
Yeah,
or
I think we
something?
broke the 300 with Doug.
It was
Doug's
pretty
very
good.
knowledgeable.
He is. He knows a lot
Very
about comics. A
knowledgeable,
lot
yeah.
about comics.
Wow, that's impressive.
Not about anything else, but just comic books. He's really knowledgeable.
Poor Doug.
Doug, we love you.
Oh, you know what?
I don't know
would
you,
love
Doug,
if Doug
but-
came
but I
dressed as
love you.
Quail Man.
Can we do a dress up?
Absolutely.
episode?
Around Halloween? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
a good call.
We could be the Doug.
you gonna be-
we could be Doug.
You're
like
gonna
the
be
whole
fucking Aquaman, aren't you? You and your Aquaman
Last year I was
52 or
Obi-Wan.
whatever the hell that is.
Last year I was Obi-Wan.
That's cool.
My daughter was Yoda. That's good. I like that. I can't do that. All right. We're going to wrap this up. We're going to sign off. We're just going to sign off
Yeah.
with our favorite movie that was dropped at Caricon. We're just gonna Caricon. We're gonna at Comic-Con.
Caricon.
Yes.
Is that Bugs Bunny?
The Looney Tunes
Caricon.
movie.
The Looney Tunes movie.
Another movie. We need another Space Jam.
Space
that
Jam 2
happening?
with LeBron
I
James.
thought that was happening. Space Jam 2.
I think they kind of.
Space Jam 2 with LeBron James.
Yeah.
They mothballed it.
Yeah, I think so.
Trainwreck. Trainwreck. out
Kevin
this week.
Durant was supposed to be a part of it too. And, yeah.
Trainwreck out this week. You going to see it?
I am. I do want
Oh
to
my
see
God,
that.
I can't wait to see LeBron
Yeah.
win Best Supporting Actor for
Oh,
Trainwreck.
he looks good.
And
We gonna watch the Gilmore Girls? Is that what he says? Like the Gilmore Girls or something like that? Or...
I told Shane earlier this week that he actually showed up at a screening in Ohio, in his hometown.
Did he really?
He
in
showed
Akron?
with him and Amy both showed up
Oh, okay.
at the end and talked to the crowd.
That's
and,
cool.
Yeah, so he's all in on this movie. Like,
Yeah.
I think he wants to be in more movies. And
I think he's looking for his next.
yeah,
He's
out
the
now.
Rock.
Yeah.
He's the Rock.
He wants to go to his next level and
Man.
take it to the cinema because you can be in cinema a lot longer than you can be in basketball.
All he's got to do is just win that championship for Cleveland, and he can go do his movies.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll sign off with our favorite movie that dropped at Comic-Con.
Trailer that dropped.
Yep, that was signed off, and we will just say it. We're going to shout
together?
it all together, because I know it's going to be a little different. But we will sign off with that. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Deadpool!
Superman! Dawn of Justice.
You guys have a lot longer title than mine.
That's right.
I only just did Batman versus Superman.
Bigger
I didn't throw
is
the
better.
Dawn of Justice in there.
All right, see you guys later.
You look like a testicle of teeth.
If you watch the show on YouTube, please click that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you watched on iTunes, please rate and review us. And thank you for watching.